It's time for the Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Now, William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lake TV's Game of the Week. We are live from School of the Osage for Friday Night Lights for the 12th consecutive year here on Lake TV. I'm William Holtz, joined by Mike Bissell. And Mike, believe it or not, high school football season is here.
It always seems to sneak up on you a little bit, doesn't it? It just pops up because there's no real preseason or anything that you can kind of work your way through, but we're ready to go. First season. Hopefully the weather will hold for us here too.
Yeah, and for those at home probably thinking, I'm staying home until we see what happens, we're hoping to have high school football for you here tonight. It's your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. I'm going to talk with both head coaches, Bolivar and Osage. Of course, Mike, we always love week one because it's a brand new opportunity. All your hopes, all your dreams still alive, and for a lot of kids, hey, it's your turn to step into the spotlight and get your first starting action at the varsity level. So I always love week one.
Yeah, and some kids who got a lot of action last year, especially the quarterback for the School of the Osage Indians, Maverick. He's back. He struggled a little bit at the beginning as a sophomore. Our conference is tough, and he was able to get through that and really get them moving at the end of the season. We'll see how he's grown going into his junior year.
Yeah, we'll talk about him as well as many other Indians that we expect to contribute tonight. That and a whole lot more on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
And I welcome you back as we see some of our volunteers here for School of the Osage, and everybody gets up and excited for week one of the high school football season, including us here at Lake TV, season number 12, and we got a good one for you tonight, Mike. So Osage, Bolivar, both teams that really came on strong last year, had big aspirations, and so let's start with the visitors, the Bolivar Liberators.
Yeah, that's a good program down there. In his second year now as the head coach for the Bolivar Liberators, their coach is from Miller, Missouri originally, went to Southern University. He's been in a couple of other schools in southwest Missouri too, most notably with Marionville. It's been a good program down that way, the Comets, and yeah, he's very confident in his squad. They've got great numbers out, and they've got a few names that you'll recognize as well too. There's a young man by the name of Banner on the team, and there was some guy named Banner that played some basketball at Eldon in the early 90s. Oh, it was Darren Banner. That's his nephew. Darren was like a 94% free throw shooter on that Mustangs team in the early 90s that went 27-1.
Mike Bissell, a well of knowledge. That was on full display last night on our trip to the Mizzou game. But, hey, so you're talking about Jamie Lasalle, the head coach for Bolivar, as you said, in his second year. But he's no stranger, man. He's got 20-plus years as a coach here in Missouri. You mentioned a few of those towns. And for this program in particular, they've been to the district championship game 3 of the last 5 years, but they haven't won a district title since 2013. And they feel like, hey, even though we graduated our all-conference quarterback who totaled over 30 touchdowns and their leading tailback, he's like, man, we had a lot of young position players that played a lot. We expect them to step up, and we'll talk about those and a few others, but I did get a chance to talk with Coach Lasalle just a little bit ago. Bolivar head coach Jamie Lasalle. And Coach, I know it's been a really good couple of years. You guys are building something special over there. Coming week one at Osage, what has you most excited about this year's program?
We're just ready to get going. We got a lot of guys back, and pretty good summer, nothing great, but we're ready to get rocking. We're tired of hitting each other, and we're tired of the heat. It's going to be nice out tonight, so we're ready to roll.
A lot of teams can't make it to a district championship, lose their starting quarterback, their losing tailback, and still feel really good about their position players. Why do you feel so strong about this year's team?
I think most of all, it's our team speed is really good. And, we lost two good, like you said, a lot of yards and a lot of TDs for us. But we got a lot of good guys returning. We got a little bit different system. I think it maybe fits us pretty hopefully well. And we're just excited mainly. Offensively, we got a lot of linemen back. So last year we were real thin on the offensive line. This year it could be our strength.
Sure, you guys are big, and I happened to see the district assignments, and I was like, wow, you guys got some tough football. How big is it for you guys week one to come out here and try to get a W?
Well, week one is it's a long season is all I can say. We just hope we come out and play a lot better than we did last week in the Jamboree. We didn't look too good. I think the last 3 days we've looked good, and if we can continue to improve on that, honestly, we're just going to get a lot of guys a lot of reps, and we hope we come out with a win, but this is a long season, and district, the way it's set up, we just want to be playing well by then.
Sure, you look at your opponent, the home team, Osage. Anything stand out that they do well that has you maybe concerned or you got to key in on?
My biggest thing is it looks like offensively they have a lot of returning in the skill position, and you can tell they don't make mistakes. They know what they're doing, and what they do well. They know how to go against different defenses because they don't do a whole lot, honestly, offensively, but they can take what the defense brings them. So that's the concern I've got, because it looks like they got some seniors out there that have been through it, and they made a lot less mistakes than we did in the Jamboree.
All right, so to end, Coach, for the Bolivar Liberators to get a win tonight, what is one phase of the game you guys have to take care of?
Honestly, it's going to come down to a lot of our offensive line. If our offensive line can get us a push, I think we'll be fine. We can maybe control the ball a little bit, and I'm not as worried about our defense because they're fast and they're going to get after it.
Coach Lasalle, thank you so much for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, he hit on a few of those Osage players he's worried about. But for the Liberators, I mean, when you graduate your senior quarterback, who was an all-conference player, threw for 18 touchdowns, ran for another 15. I mean, he was dual-phased, did it both ways. But they feel pretty good about a young man by the name of Gardner Casey, and he's our spotlight player of the game tonight for the Liberators, brought to you by Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist. And, Mike, you look at his numbers as a receiver a year ago, over 600 yards, 40-plus catches, all those touchdowns. And it's like, well, he can run well. He can play quarterback. And so there's a good chance we'll see him under center tonight. And so we saw this guy before, and I know you're real familiar with him on the hardwood.
Well, he played football for Eldon as well, too, as a freshman, and he was a left-handed shooter, could get to the rim. His dad had coached him up really, really well. He's just a good all-around athlete, and kind of anxious to see what he can do out on the football field. And a quick question for you, not really off topic too much. Why Liberators?
Great question. I think it's a great mascot. I always love when I hear the Bolivar Liberators, but why Liberators?
Simon Bolivar, who's known as the George Washington of South America, he took Peru and Venezuela and some of those countries down there out of colonial rule, the Liberators.
Wow, very good.
Yeah.
Tidbit of information as far as the visiting Bolivar team. And, another couple of guys they have. You mentioned the young man by the name of Chapel Banner. He's just a sophomore, and he may see some time under center as well. But they're fast. But another thing that Bolivar is that you heard Coach LaSalle touch on, he feels like at the point of attack on the offensive line, they can really win right there because of their size.
Yeah, I mean, they've got good size across the line here. And just looking down on the field in the warm-ups, they just look bigger, don't they? They just that's something that Osage is definitely going to have to deal with tonight, is that size on the line.
Yeah, and for Bolivar, we'll touch on later tonight, we saw the district assignments. For Bolivar and for the Osage Indians, both have tough draws this year, as do a lot of our Lake area teams. So hang with us. We're going to take a commercial break, but we're also going to talk to Osage's head coach, Shannon Jolly. We'll talk about the Indians, and, man, a lot to be excited about for this year's Indians Indians team. They return 8 on the offensive side, 8 on the defensive side, and a lot of guys that saw a lot of varsity action down the stretch last year. So we'll talk about all that and a whole lot more when we return.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
And we welcome you back here to School of the Osage for Lake TV's Friday Night Lights presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. By hard to believe, 12 seasons now for us here at Lake TV. I was thinking about, man, I can't believe that was 12 years ago. That's how I started here with Lake TV. And as part of our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show, we're about to bring you our national anthem from the School of the Osage Marching Band. Always love that. So we'll now direct our attention to the field as we get ready to watch them under the direction of band director Jeff Kyle.
Everyone go to the ready while we wait. Match your section leader.
As they prepare, just about 16, 17 minutes away from kickoff. And as you guys see the band on the field just above Mike and I and a lot of the home fans here, they get a look at the clouds, a little overcast, Mike, but we remain hopeful that we have kickoff right at 7 tonight as scheduled, and we get this one in a timely fashion.
Yeah, there's some nasty looking stuff just to the south of us, but you know, the weather's going to do what it's going to do. If you're not familiar with the system, unless they've changed this, and I didn't get a chance to talk to an official, but if they see lightning, then they start a clock 30 seconds, or 30 minutes, excuse me. If they see another lightning strike, then they reset and start again. So hopefully that's not going to be something that's going to affect us here tonight. By the way, we will get updates of Versailles and Knob Noster. Eldon's playing Fulton. We'll get updates of that as well. And Camdenton's playing, who they got tonight? For
They're at Jefferson City, and I should have updates coming from that fairly regularly. So make sure you listen for our around the area updates. And appreciate you tuning in now. The national anthem probably going to start here in a minute, as well as our starters. So as we continue with our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show, Mike, we look at Osage, and now the last couple of years under the head coach Shannon Jolly, it's his 4th year back, his 2nd stint with Osage, but man, they have such tough draws as far as their schedule early in the year, and they've struggled out of the gate the last couple of years, and just like they did 2 years ago. Last year, 1-4 to start the year. They win 3 of their last 4 games, really start to gel, find their identity before almost upsetting a very good Warrensburg team in the opener of the district playoffs. But you notice how Shannon Jolly, he has a habit of his teams getting better and better as the years go on.
Well, the thing that struck me about looking at their district assignment is somebody needs a geography lesson. I mean, the closest school they've gone to them is Mexico. You've got Kirksville. You've got Hannibal, which is a very good program. I think Fort Zumwalt South. So Osage out here in central Missouri is just kind of isolated from everybody else. So come district time, they'll be making some trips unless they can set themselves up for some home games in district play.
Which is the hope for 4th year head coach Shannon Jolly and squad as they open the season here in Kaiser, Missouri, School of the Osage, and we're set for our national anthem. Maybe third time's the charm, Mike.
I quit asking because I always tried to time that, and I'd say, what time are you going to do that? Well, it just varies a little bit from the plan. There's a little bit of a holdup here, but the situation for Osage, that when I was working on their rosters here during the week and getting us something that's a little bit more friendly to read when you can just glance down quickly and get a name and a number, is, speaking of numbers, man, he's got kids out for football. I mean, he's got a great number of kids out to work with. Yeah, he's got an experienced quarterback and a couple of very experienced running backs and some talented wide receiver along the line. But he's got kids that he can work with, and he's got a good crew, too, that really has a little bit of an Eldon feel to it. I mean, you've got Graham Bockham, who was an outstanding lineman at Eldon. You got P.J. Bledsoe, who's got a semester to go up at Westminster and Fulton, and he's helping out with the staff. J.C. Brandt, who was an outstanding lineman for Eldon as well, is also working on the coach's staff here. So, yeah, he's got some people out there that certainly know what they're doing. And if you're willing to listen, willing to work, you're going to get a lot better as the season goes along.
And I believe the Indians actually about to either come out on the field or start the national anthem. But one kid that we know is going to be a factor for Osage is Aiden Williams, A-Train, the senior tailback. He's our spotlight player of the game for the Indians, the Cool Breeze Marine spotlight player of the game. And a year ago, he ran wild for this Indians team. And, I mean, really what's impressive, not only his numbers, but as a whole, Osage averaged 246 yards a game on the ground a year ago and only like 70 a game through the air. So they were very one-dimensional. And here in a few minutes, when we get to hear from Coach Shannon Jolly, I asked him if he thinks Maverick Trusty can take that next step to allow Osage to be more than that one-dimensional team, because I'm telling you, when you return that much experience from varsity football down the stretch like these guys do, I mean, if you can throw and pass where teams can't zero in, look out for the Osage Indians this year.
Well, the MO for Coach Jolly has always been run first, run second, run third, and he's got the talent to do that. And unless you can take him out of that and force them to have to throw the ball more, well, he's going to keep running the ball, and he's got the talent to do that this season for certain. And don't forget, next week, we're up in Eldon, I believe? Eldon and Versailles next week? Is that the game?
Yeah, next week we'll have Versailles at Eldon. That'll be exciting. 2 first-year head coaches with their respective schools. And then week 3, we'll actually have Smith Cotton at Camdenton, which will be a cool one. I have a lot of friends back in Sedalia I know will be tuning in for that one. And for Camdenton, they're at Jeff City. That's a tough task. It'll be interesting to see what Par Pitts does this year. And for Camdenton, some great storylines we'll have throughout the night. But, man, one of them being for Osage. We talked about Aiden Williams, but, man, Jason Colonius, who's more of like a fullback, also kicks for the Indians. Man, he really came on strong, especially in the Eldon game last year. So 1-2 punch out of the backfield for the Indians. They're going to be fun to watch.
And Polonius gives you that extra dimensions. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as well, too. And that's what stood out to me in that big win they had over Eldon. I'm going to peek over your shoulder here. That score was 37-12 Osage. That's when they really started to turn things around. So it's going to be interesting to see what Osage can come up with. We've got a little bit of a delay here. We're starting to get very close to kickoff time here. I don't know maybe if there's been something with the weather that they've decided to delay the start, but the band's looking a little anxious. They've been standing out there and waiting to get going here for quite some time now.
Here come the Indians now. So we will stay here momentarily. It's your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show, and this year high school football on Lake TV presented by our friends at Polylift Boat Lifts. And man, I'm telling you what, Mike, you alluded to that football season kind of sneaks up on you, but this year it felt like even more. I was like getting ready to start getting into football mode, and it's like, hey, it's ready to go. Let's go. It's football season, baby. And I know that's what these coaches and players feel like as soon as OTAs and their summer camps start. I mean, before you know it, here we are, week 1, and it's showtime.
Yeah, I went over to Warsaw to watch the Jamboree last week to kind of get in the mood for a little bit and go over and get a bike ride in, too. It's actually closer for me to go to Warsaw from where I live than pretty much any place else. And so that was a lot of fun to be able to see Eldon and Warsaw we'll have later in the year.
So now our national anthem.
Stay with me, pretty sounds. Ready? Here we go. 1,
wonderful rendition of our national anthem. So now, without further ado, I think the Indians are about to make their way onto the field. But we did get a chance to talk with Osage head coach. We told you it's his 4th year, his 2nd stint here. He was been here before, a couple of district championships under his belt here with the Indians. And this year's team, I mean, they would love nothing more than to bring a district championship right back here to Osage. And we're going to let you hear from Coach Jolly, but I don't want to miss our Indians here making their way to the field. They've got their American flag, their Indian flag, and this is one of the coolest traditions for the home team, especially week 1 of the season.
Again, our timing's been a little bit off here, it seems like, with getting everything rolling, but Osage will be in there. Everybody likes to wear their dark uniforms at home for some reason. That got started several years ago, and they're ready to get it rolling now.
Wonderful camera shot from Sean Cover, who gets right in there, and we're accustomed to that. But so as we were telling you, Coach Shannon Jolly, no nonsense, and I did get a chance to visit with him earlier tonight. In high school sports, it's Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. Coach, opening week, where would you rather be than right here at home?
It's a pretty nice setting here. Everybody's coming in, so we're just glad the weather gave us a little break.
Turn a lot of guys on both sides of the ball. What has you looking most forward to the opener tonight as far as your program is concerned?
I think I'm just curious to see, you know, we've seen a lot of good things this summer, just to see put it on the field. Like, we got some guys, I think they're on the brink of doing some really special things. It's just tonight's the night to, you know, it's the stage. It's been set. So hopefully, you know, those guys come out tonight and do what they're supposed to do.
We know this team loves to run the rock. You return both tailbacks out of the backfield. How confident are you that Maverick Trusty can take that next step and really open up the passing game for Osage?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Maverick. Maverick's good. He's the least of my worries. We got our hands full with a good Bolivar group, but you know, we're going to get better each week, and tonight's just going to be a kind of a template for us to work off of to see where we're at right now. But Maverick's been amazing, and he's a great teammate, and he's going to lead us well.
Defensively, what are you looking forward to? Because I know you're defensively sound, and there's going to be a couple of kids really step up this season. Who are those kids for you?
Yeah, I don't know if we got any individual kids, just position groups, making sure that we're well. Our defensive line is relatively new, and they're limited in their, you know, playing with their experience. So hopefully tonight and as we move forward the season will help them out.
You always get tough opponents with the schedule the way it's worked out the last couple of years. Been a rough start early in the season, but for you, you always finish strong. What would it mean to your program to get a win tonight on week 1?
It'd be big, but I mean, like I said, you want to be playing your best football at the end of the year, and if you don't play good teams early, it's hard to do that. So we understand a little bit of delayed gratification, but a win tonight would be a big deal.
To end, Coach, anybody on Bolivar's team that really stands out to you in the highlight film?
Now, those big, thick dudes on the defensive line and offensive line, they got a great group of kids. They really get off the ball well. This is going to be a great test for us.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Polylift Boat Lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts. Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort in making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
It's that time, Friday Night Lights. We are live on Lake TV High School Football, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. I'm William Holtz, joined by Mike Bissell, and tonight it's the Osage Indians welcoming the Bolivar Liberators as we conclude our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Mike, we're set for captains and coin toss, and so we'll direct our attention to midfield, and you'll get a great look, and you'll get to hear, courtesy of our very own Sean Cober, who, man, Sean's not afraid to get in there, is he?
No, not at all. And he's got a sense of where the ball's going to be, where the action's going to be, and he has that camera pointed in the right direction. It's fun to watch.
So you see your captains there for Osage, of course, Aiden Williams, Jason Colonius, Noah Stevens, and Landon Childs.
Good luck, Good luck, brother. Yeah, good luck. All right, 7-5. Good luck, sir. Ankle hit up nicely, Gardner.
Okay, gentlemen, what a great night to start a football season. Yes, sir. Let's make sure we do this. Let's not do anything to embarrass ourselves, our coaches, our coaching staff, our schools, our principals, our families out here tonight.
Yes, sir.
We are blessed to be able to participate in this wonderful sport called football. So let's not do anything to damage that integrity, all right?
Yes, sir.
If you have a problem or concern, contact one of us. We'll do our very best to make sure we take care of it. Listen to us, guys. We're talking to you. Count your players, check your equipment and stuff like that. That means we see things. We won't necessarily want to call for and make you aware of it, all right?
Yes, sir.
On penalties, gentlemen, I'll tell you what you got. I'll give you options. I'll repeat as many times as you like, but once you guys give me a decision, that's what we're going to have to go with, all right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, I'll do my very best to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on. If it's something automatic, false start, something like that, I'm pretty sure you're going to take it. We're going to go ahead and minister that, all right? Gentlemen, let's watch the jaw jacking, hits away from the ball, things like that. I know we're all amped up. We want to have a good season, but let's make sure we keep it all sportsmanlike, all right? Yes, sir. All right, guys. Coach, you guys have any questions? Oh, one other thing, guys. On timeout, I didn't even say this. Make sure you hold your conference in front of your team bench, between the numbers and your sideline. Coaches, that's everybody. Or one coach on the field, 11 players on your side of the ball, the team. All right, guys. Coach, you guys are the lead. Ball, you the big team, that's where you get the call. A shield on the front is head, the bag on the back, badge on the back is tails.
Yes, sir.
Would you like heads or tails, sir?
Tails.
He said?
Tails.
If I drop it, guys, we'll do it again. It is tails. It is tails. You have one to toss. Would you like to kick, receive, defend the goal, or defer to the second half?
We defer.
One to defer. Select to defer.
So as you can see, Bolivar, they win the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. So Osage is going to start the 2024 season receiving the football. So, Mike, let's go ahead and set the stage a little further as we get ready for kickoff. You've been a part of a lot, I won't say a ton. We've both been around the game for a while. But when you look at week one, I know there's jitters. I know there's things that as a coach you really want to see a certain aspect of the game and how your team responds. But is there ever a loss phase of the game or something that you are looking for on either team tonight?
To me, it's focus. Focus is the most overlooked aspect of sports to me. And you get so, revved up and ready to go this season. You want to hit somebody. You've got to stay focused and you have to stay disciplined. I thought it was really interesting to hear the official explaining things very strictly. I don't want any, what do you say, jaw jacking? I think it was.
Like that.
He doesn't want any talking. And it was interesting to see Kenny Seifert's is here. And the videos that Misha's put out for the officials and rules, he's the guy that put those together. He's from Moberly, was the athletic director up there for years. But we're ready to go, William. I'm ready to get this one underway.
Pleasure to be joined by the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell, and I'm William Holtz, and it is high school football as Bolivar set to kick for them. It's Jordan Burke, the senior, and he'll kick from the 40-yard line, which is the Missouri rule. Back to receive for Osage inside the 10-yard line, and a slight hole, gets past the first line of defense, and that's Dane DePay, the senior, across the 30. And so we'll get our first look at the junior, Maverick Trusty, the signal caller. And you alluded to it, Mike. You loved what you saw from him as the season progressed, especially being just a sophomore.
Yeah, and again, in our league, in the Tri-County Conference, and that's a tough go to be a sophomore out there and working at the level of competition you have just almost every night in the Tri-County Conference. And you heard Coach Jolly, he wants to play good competition early in the season, and he also likes to sneak a school or two in there if he can in the non-conference to where you get those extra points for playing up a level in classification.
Sure, so they start shotgun 4 wide and then settle to a more traditional set. It's A-Train. Aiden Williams, he takes it from the fullback position for a yard. So you'll see a lot of that, I assume, Mike, because everyone thinks Osage is going to run the football, but I don't know. I get an inclination that when he says there's a couple of kids on the verge of doing something special, I get an inclination he's talking about his quarterback.
You would think so. I mean, look at the line. I mean, there's like 9 guys in the box right now for Bolivar. I mean, they're daring you to do something other than run the ball.
This time it's Colonius who gets the carry from that fullback position. Nothing doing, really good pursuit at the point of attack from the interior of that defensive line. Stuff for a couple of yard loss and puts Osage in 3rd and long on their opening possession.
Yeah, this is the downside to running the ball, and if you can't get positive yardage on first down, it closes down the playbook for you. I'm sure the coaches for Osage are looking, are the defensive linemen crashing, and they can always run that boot out of this play. We saw that hundreds of times as Coach Jolly was coaching up in Eldon with that offense, and there's a fumble.
Yeah, bad snap. Trusty now going to have to improvise. He does get it, throws a wounded duck out just about to the line of scrimmage. I don't see a penalty flag, so no foul. It's going to be incomplete and bring up 4th and 11, and that was a busted play from the start. Actually kind of impressed with Trusty to get it and throw it away so there's no loss of yardage.
Yeah, you can or lose the ball in plus territory for Bolivar too. Yeah, he was very under control, got the ball, and then had somebody right up on him, so he had to just get out and get rid of the ball and save the possession so they now can punt it away, or he can.
Yeah, Trusty will also do the punting duties. Quick 3 and out. Bolivar's defense looked tough. It's a short kick, but takes an Osage hop to about the 43-yard line. So just a 26-yard punt, and Bolivar has it 1st and 10 at their 43-yard line. Really good start for them defensively because they knew Osage wanted to establish that run game, pick up a couple of first downs, and Bolivar said, nope, we want to set the tone. And now for them, see who lines up here at quarterback, and I do believe it's going to be Gardner Casey, the senior. And Mike, we both have seen him before, but man, he is very, very gifted for as athletic as he is. His IQ is probably what has been the most impressive when I first saw him as a freshman.
He played a lot of defensive back for Eldon his freshman year. Left-handed thrower, and he can wing it too, no doubt about that.
So great starting field position here for Bolivar. Man in motion, and Trusty. It's going to be an illegal procedure, it looks like. So Bruce and Kelly team, it's our first penalty flag brought to you by our friends at the Bruce and Kelly team. So that backs him up. Getting a false start, early motion, illegal shift. And Mike, you do see a lot of that week 1, but what you hope is as the season progresses, those become less and less. And tonight, the coaches hope those become less and less as the game goes on, because sometimes it's 1 5-yard penalty that makes all the difference when the game's over.
It certainly affects your play calling, no doubt about that. And to do it on your first offensive play of the season, that kind of, come on, guys, that's what we were practicing for.
Trusty going to call his own number up the middle. Good push, and he has a pretty solid gain, about 7. And it didn't look like a lot there, but patient, followed the first block, and that little stutter step gave him 5 or 6.
Actually, about 7 with the penalty there. So Casey with a nice run and gets some of that yardage back and makes it a little bit more manageable here for Bolivar. Very patient run, how he didn't overcommit or just, okay, the hole's here. No, it's not. I'm going to go somewhere else. Very, very patient, and then got 7 yards out of the play.
They don't list their height, but Gardner Casey, I mean, he doesn't look super tall. I mean, a whole lot taller than anyone else out there. Obviously the tailback, but so 2nd down and 8. Trusty again up the middle. Another pretty solid gain to midfield. About 4 or 5. So going to bring up 3rd down and short. And so Bolivar, nothing too cute. 2 runs with their quarterback right up the middle, and that push at the line is where they're banking on winning this game tonight.
Maybe their offensive coordinator said, okay, we shift on the first play from scrimmage and make a mistake, so we're going to make it as simple as can. They let Casey just, let the offensive line get a push and follow up into a gap, and he's put themselves with a 3rd and 3 situation here to keep the drive alive. Now we have a timeout called by the Bolivar bench.
Yeah, so Coach Lasalle didn't like something and decides to call a timeout. So with 9:11 left in the first quarter, we'll take a commercial break and be right back with Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Back here on Lake TV, just in time for a 3rd down and 3. Gardner Casey for Bolivar. 2 runs so far, 12 yards total already. Here's a little option. He pitches it out. Good hole, and look at him go inside the 40 for a 1st down into Osage territory. Solid run, and that's a really nice play. After running the quarterback 2 plays, you get the option, you move the direction of the defense, and with that run, Evan Nichols, and we expected him to play a role in tonight's game, and his first touch goes for a pretty solid gain and a 1st down for Bolivar.
Yeah, you're trying to defend that push up the middle on 3rd and 3, and they just got the corner blocked there on Osage. Osage diagnosed it pretty well, but Nichols was able to cut it back when he got the opportunity, and it was blocked well on the corner.
So that is a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and another pitch outside. This time the ball carrier number 7 with a solid gain. Mason McCurry, the senior, got about 6 or 7. Really nothing too cute, but 2 runs up the middle. Then they go both sides of the field. And Coach Lasalle did say, Mike, that he felt like that's where they could win this game. He's really confident in his line. He doesn't feel like there's many lines here in the state of Missouri that are as big or as disciplined. And he said that's really where he thinks they're going to push Osage all over. And if it goes the way he thinks, he said they can absolutely win there. And so far, I know it's early in this drive, but they have got that push. Osage is not getting any traction in the backfield. Close to a 1st down is Trusty. Sorry, it is Casey once again.
Casey at the bat that time. He gets just a little bit short, probably picked up right at 5 on that. Are they going to move it up? Yeah, they gave him the spot and the 1st down. It looks like, and you have to remember in high school football, your hash marks are spread much, much wider than they are in college and then in pros. So it looks like Bolivar wants, when they run that sweep, that kind of option pitch play, that they want to run to the wide side of the field. So if I'm playing left cornerback or left linebacker or left defensive end, I'm looking for the ball to be coming my way here.
So 1st down now at the 29-yard line. That's actually a lateral.
Well, that was
Casey,
defensed
but
well.
Childs was there along with Noah Stevens. Landon Childs makes the stop for a 1-yard loss, but that was a backwards lateral from Casey. And yeah, Lucas Polk, the junior, but he was going nowhere quickly. Great pursuit by Childs, and brings up 2nd down and 11. And Osage defense, they needed that. They needed a negative play.
And that was coming to the wide side, as I mentioned there before the snap of the ball. You know, you've got to realize what the offense is trying to do. You can't overcommit, but you have to be aware of tendencies and trends, and the early trend is to go to the wide side of the field.
So on 2nd down and 11 now, another man in motion. Gardner Casey calls his own number. This time the defensive line gets a little pushback. Osage there, number 62 with the stop. Nick Joyner, the junior, first man there for the Indians. And that goes for a 3-yard gain, but brings up 3rd down and 8. And Osage building a little confidence after these last 2 plays. Hadn't seen them limit them to 5 yards or less on any play after that penalty.
And I think we got another official timeout here. And I hope they did not see lightning someplace. And I tell you what, we're at exactly at the 6-minute mark of the half, or the quarter, I should say. So probably take an official timeout, make sure the kids are hydrated. It's still pretty warm out.
We'll stay with you here on Lake TV. I do apologize. I'm going to have to get my number 5s correct. Gardner Casey's the Bolivar quarterback. Maverick Trustee's the Osage quarterback. Both should have huge impacts on tonight's game. And it's cool because Gardner Casey, when he was at Eldon, I had heard his name and we had a basketball game. Well, I didn't think that he was going to play, and sure enough, not only did he play, he started. I don't know, it was a tournament game. He had over 30 points and just kept his team in that game. And that was the first time I saw him, and I have not forgotten that name, and I'll have to respect him, quit calling him somebody else.
We do have a score just came in, an important game for Versailles. Dusty Daniels, first game as a head coach for the Versailles Tigers, playing what turns out to be a district game at Knob Noster, and Knob leads Versailles 6-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Very nice, and we'll try to get an update on Camdenton here as it's 3rd down and 8.
I think you have to look at this as 4-down territory here. I mean, it's 45-yard field goal from here. They like that motion, and there's a beautiful counter.
Yeah, and a nice stop. Colonius put his nose on the guy's leg, just put his helmet right on him. Tripped him up. He does get about 5, maybe 6, going to bring a 4th down and 2. But yeah, that was a great counter, Mike, and it looked like there was a huge hole. I thought he was going.
I did too, and that's an interesting play. He just kind of hid behind the offensive line there. And again, it looked like they were running that option sweep or the toss pitch to the outside. And he was just kind of tucked in there, took the handoff and countered. And again, a great recovery by the defensive back to save the touchdown there, but it's 4th and short.
Looks like there might be a weather delay in the Camdenton Jefferson City game. I'll keep you posted there. So 4th down and 2 now. Bolivar keeps it in the arms of their quarterback, and the Indians stuff him. In on the stop, number 8, first man there, and it's Drake Williams.
And I'm going to give credit to Jaden Wilkes there. He got in, he was underneath it. He was the one that pushed the pile back and enabled the rest of the pursuit to get there. You can see number 25 getting up off the ground there, and he really made a big play to get the stop. And after, moving the ball pretty well, Bolivar is stopped, and Osage gets the turnover on downs.
The sophomore Hunter Schreiman also in there cleaning up with Drake Williams, and as you said, Mike, it was Jaden Wilkes, man, that he blew that up. And so 1st down and 10 after the turnover on downs.
Osage needs to get something positive on 1st down.
Trusty pitch outside, nice block, but a nice job by the defender on the outside. Colonius had a great block from the linebacker coming over, but the edge too strong, shook off the block, and I didn't get a number. Man, that was an outstanding play on the perimeter.
I thought he had a cutback lane there, but he felt the sideline and wanted to try to get there. No gain. So again, Osage having trouble moving the ball on the ground. That's 3 carries and 0 net yards. A little bit different look here. 2 wide receivers split wide right.
Trusty looking to throw, and now we've got a penalty flag. It's a Bruce and Kelly team penalty, and it's going to be false start against the offense. So 2nd down and 15 after that penalty, backs them up inside their own 20-yard line with 5 minutes remaining. But the offense a little stagnant here, but after Bolivar was able to move the football a little bit, Osage defense gets the stop they so desperately needed. And now it'd be interesting to see if they don't have Maverick Trusty. And it looked like he was about to throw if that one wasn't stopped from a penalty. So 2nd down and 15 now, Mike. Inside of 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter, we are scoreless.
I like the straight drop back here, but he's flushed out.
Oh, and he's in trouble. Gets
that
rid
may
of
be
it.
grounding. That could be grounding. Yep. So that's going to be down in distance. No one really in the vicinity Trusty, apparently his first option was covered, and he had to try to create something on the rollout there, but there just really wasn't anybody in the vicinity. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, grounding.
Yeah, and you called it, partner, so the Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag is intentional grounding, and I like the straight drop back as well, but great pressure put on him. His first read wasn't there. By the time he started to go through his progressions, he was rolling, and that created disaster.
Now we get so in tune with a situation where you watch pro ball all the time and you know the rules, but this is different. That would have been a spot foul in the pros, but they're going to mark it half the distance, so it'll go back to the 9-yard line. Osage needs to get to the 33, so it's going to be a loss of down 2 and 3rd and 24.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for you. The offense has struggled here in the early going, and it's not the ideal situation as Trusty under center. He's going to give it to Williams, who just takes it up the middle for a yard maybe. That's going to bring up 4th down and long from their own 10-yard line.
Sam Harless stepped in there. He really kind of stuffed things up, and then one of the linebackers stepped in on a run blitz. No gain on the play. So the offense has not been able to shake loose so far for Osage, and they're going to have to punt well out of their own end zone, and this should give Bolivar great field position.
So 4 minutes and 10 seconds in, no scoring yet. It is a solid crowd here for the Osage home fans, and always see that week 1, but especially large tonight. Now, did you notice Osage the last couple of years has been on the opposite sideline?
You know, I don't keep track of that sort of thing very well. Line drive punt.
Casey back there.
He made 3 guys miss, but the 4th one, that was Noah Stevens got there and made the tackle. Good tackle on special teams for Osage, but Bolivar with good field position.
All the way to the Osage 37 after the modest return from Gardner Casey. So that's where Bolivar starts, but man, you got Gardner Casey back there returning the punts too.
Well, he's a senior, so you're going to get the most out of him you can here, it looks like. I'm just always so, it makes me feel so good. If you're respectful of these coaches' time, they're so willing to do anything to help you. And again, the same with Coach Lasalle, and of course we've known Coach Jolly forever, but I just, you know, you love working with these people.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's throw into the flat and misses his target. Does Casey coming back to it? Actually,
that wasn't
believe
Casey.
That's not. Yeah, we got a new quarterback
that was
in there.
Banner, I believe.
Chapel Banner, the sophomore, and now Gardner Casey makes his way back in there, but that was quick.
I was going to say, if Casey's throwing that ball, he's not only extremely talented, he's ambidextrous as well, because he's a lefty. I remember that. He shoots basketball left-handed. I know that.
Now back in there is Banner. Chapel Banner, the sophomore. Gardner Casey lines up bottom of your screen as the lone receiver on this side. So
run blitz by Osage.
Little shuffle pass and tripped up from behind. Jason Colonius with the
nice
stop.
Play.
2-yard loss. Maybe it goes for 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 on the little shuffle pass. I love those sweeps to the outside. That was interesting looking. Literally a 2-arm shuffle. Going to bring up 3rd down and long now. Colonius, hard-nosed defender. We know he can run the football, but that's a big stop.
Yeah, William, I thought when Osage showed the run blitz, the double-A cap come up the middle, I thought, oh, that's the right play, that toss sweep. But Osage was able to recover and get out there and throw for a 2-yard loss.
The radio station did pretty good.
Banner going to take a shot, looking for Casey. Has his man beat. He pulls it down, but out of bounds.
What a catch.
It was a beautiful catch. Nice coverage.
That's Casey catching the ball.
Yeah, Landon Childs in on coverage. Casey goes up, climbs the ladder, but Childs did a nice job of pressing. I mean, he was right up there with them, so Casey had no room to come down inbounds as we get another look here.
And the key to it here, he sees the ball. He knows where the ball's at. He actually got a little tug there from Casey, but well, Banner, his first pass kind of floated on him. He put that one right on the money, just a little bit too deep on the sideline.
Great shot on the play, so 4th down and 11 now, and we're going to see another timeout, I believe this time again, the 2nd for Bolivar. So we'll take a short commercial break and be right back from Osage on Lake TV.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
So welcome you back to School of the Osage, Mike. 4th down and 11 for Bolivar. And
the punt really doesn't gain you a lot here, so I don't know. We'll see what they do. It looks like they're going to go with Banner again with Casey split out wide right.
Yeah, that's a matchup to keep an eye on. And now another
stop the play.
Penalty flag. The Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag. It's going to be a false start once again. Back them up 5 from 4th and 11 to 4th and 16.
Now I'm looking at the weather radar here. We may have gotten a little lucky here. There's some things going on just south of us. I just hope it rained at my house, but maybe we got a little window here. We can get this game in without any delays. Last night was a late night getting back from the Mizzou game.
Sure, and now it looks like Coach Lasalle sends in a different package. Has his punt unit in.
Yeah. I don't think they were trying to draw Osage off because that was still would have made it 4th and 6. I think they just made a mistake and then now have decided to go away from the offensive play that they were going to use. Not going to just try to punt it and pin Osage back deep.
So into kick, that is Jordan Burke, the senior. He also punts. So standing at his own 40-yard line, 41.
Man, he's deep, 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and that is off the side of his foot and takes an Osage bounce the 39-yard line. So, yeah, just a
four-yard punt, man. That hurts because then you're thinking, man, I should have went ahead and just ran a play there if you're just going to get 4 yards on the punt. Looks like he just, well, something I'm very familiar, a phrase I'm familiar with, he shanked it. It's just the only way to put it. So it worked out great for Osage. They got the defensive stop. As it turned out, the 5-yard penalty was more than just a 5-yard penalty because any kind of punt there would have pinned Osage back deep. Versailles down to Knob Noster 12-0 with 3:44 remaining in the first quarter. We'll look for a Eldon Fulton score here in a little while as well. Got to get something on first down.
Williams now trying to get outside. He's got some room. Does Aiden Williams across midfield and steps out at the 49-yard line. We'll give him 12 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down as Osage gets their first play of the night that really moves in the right direction. And that was a really nice call, and there's no one home for Bolivar to that far side.
Yeah, they got a nice seal block on the right side by the right tackle, Charlie Crocker, just a sophomore. Good block there. And something positive. If you believe in momentum, well, that punt may have changed the momentum, and the defensive stop for Osage there may have changed the momentum a little bit in this game.
Trusty throws outside, has his intended target at the 46-yard line, about a 3-yard gain on the play. Dane DePay, the senior, Trusty's favorite target from a year ago. If you remember, they caught some chemistry a couple of games and put up some numbers, and that's a 3-yard gain. But I like to see the quick hitter keep the defense honest.
Well, I like it on first down, too. I mean, it works great. It works great for you if you complete it. Now, if you don't complete it, then it's 2nd and 10, not where you want to be with a running offense. But nice cutback. Ooh, even better defense.
Yeah, he ran into a wall. Made that first guy miss with a little stutter step cutting back. But a couple of Liberators waiting there.
Tackle there by Logan Bunn, a junior, and he really stayed with that well, and takes a little fortitude to level your pads and score up there with Williams. And he's a big kid going into the line.
Yeah, he is a bruiser, no doubt. And on 3rd and 6 here, on 3rd down, Osage, we see it a lot. They run on 3rd down, and out of these packages, if the defense gets soft, look out for Aiden Williams for a big gainer. But now they go back under center.
They may just be trying to draw them off here. I think that's what it was. They came out in a spread set and then shifted back into a normal running formation, then called timeout.
So we'll take a quick break and be right back here on Lake TV.
You are invited to join Sir Dyke Yamaha for the annual Ride for Freedom. Join us as we honor the memory of 9/11 and thank Lake Area first responders, police, and military with a 150-mile boat and PWC ride to Truman Dam and back on Sunday, September 8th. We'll provide the rigs for military first responders and police. All donations go to local police and military charities. Ride for Freedom info and registration at SirDykeYamaha.com. We'll see you at the Sir Dyke Yamaha Ride for Freedom.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
And as we welcome you back here for 3rd down and 6, as Osage now looking to build on their first down of the night here.
Look at them trying to do some kind of option right.
Oh, play action. He's got his man. Done. Beautiful throw from Trusty. Has his man to the 22-yard line. That's a really solid gain, and that is Noah Stevens, the senior. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down, and that was a strike from Maverick Trusty.
Yeah, very confident throw there, no doubt. Yeah, he really stepped into that throw well, and I like to play a very slow developing play action type situation. But love to see him throw the ball with that kind of confidence, and a great route there by the senior, Noah Stevens.
Yeah, it was a really well-designed play now on first down. Inside a minute to play in opening quarter as Aiden Williams takes the carry, and he's going to be stopped at the 21 after a gain of 2.
Logan Bunn again stepped in there and got into his legs early before he could really get his momentum rolling forward. But it is a positive pickup there, and plus territory, obviously, here for School of the Osage as we wind time down in the first quarter. Wind's not really a factor here, so it doesn't matter too much.
No, it looks like Osage is going to let this wind down. A 1-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So after 1 quarter of play, Mike, it is scoreless from Kaiser, Missouri, your hometown, Osage Indians, playing host to the Bolivar Liberators on week 1 of the Missouri State High School football season. This is Lake TV's coverage. We'll be right back after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 Lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
And we are back on Lake TV in a scoreless Week 1 affair between the Liberators and the Indians. Osage knocking on the door here, 2nd down and 8 at Bolivar's 21 to start our 2nd quarter of play, and Maverick Trusty out of the shotgun. Looking to his right side, quick hitter, and he does have his target. Kind of a risky pass. He hits the senior Noah Stevens once again for about a 2-yard gain, which puts Osage inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone for the first time tonight. Mike, bringing up 3rd down and 7.
And a tackle out there by Hunter Kozlowski. Yeah, that was a little bit of a risky pass out there in the flat. That's a long way from the center of the field to the sideline, but a great job there by Noah Stevens to come back and meet that pass. We got 3rd and 6 here. What do you got here? You got to run some kind of option, don't you?
I think you're going to throw over the middle of the field. You're going to hit somebody. Here's the blitz coming up the middle. He's going to throw into the flat. He has his man, and that's
first down.
First down as he has to pay. Really a great route and a better throw from Trusty.
I think we're going to see Aiden Williams here pick up that A-gap blitz and then give Trusty some time to throw that deep out. That was well executed and a big turn of events there for the Osage Indians.
Man, what a play. Exactly what you needed. Great awareness from DePay. He came back where even if he had to go to the ground, Mike, to catch that, he was going to get the first down. And so after a Beck Wellness Center first down, the Indians have it at Bolivar's 11. Here's Colonius. Full head of steam inside the 5 to the house. Touchdown, Osage. Jason Colonius from 12 yards out. The first touchdown of the 2024 season for Osage.
Yeah, I want to see that again. He was riding a pulling guard who came around from the left and getting that block. Great job by Colonius to follow Landon Robbins up into the hole for the touchdown. And Osage, who looked lost early on in this game on offense, now has it rolling, mixing the pass in with the running game.
Is that in there to kick? The extra point is up and good for number 84. That's Brady Clark, the junior who kicked last year. So with 10:40 left in the second quarter, Osage strikes first and leads over Bolivar 7-0.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1, a machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Scoreless no more from Osage as Jason Colonius, the senior tailback from 12 yards out, the first score for the Indians this year. And really, after a little bit of a rocky start, that was a big stop and a really impressive drive for Coach Shannon Jolly's Osage Indians. The kick fielded by the up man had a little trouble handling it before he sandwiched by a couple of Indians. In on the play, Hunter Schreiman credited with the tackle, and so Bolivar back out there on offense. And think you'll see anything different here? I mean, I expect Bolivar to try to take a shot a couple more times. As you saw that matchup when you had Casey out there with single coverage, I mean, that looks like something Bolivar may want to try a couple more times.
Yeah, that was a tough kick. It had that side spin on it, and it really handcuffed the receiver. And he was able to, well, block it anyway and pick it right up and get back up to the 29. But a good kickoff there by Brady Clark. It was a tough play. DePay also helping out on that tackle.
So Osage now back out there defensively with their first lead.
That's an illegal formation, I think. No, he didn't throw a
little
flag.
Pitch and kind of risky one-handed there. And Osage, good pursuit, but then a nice cutback here. Look out, some room now. Maybe an illegal block not called, and a lot of running, about 7 or 8 yards. Excellent effort on the play by Evan Nichols, the junior. He's going to get credited for 8, but Mike, he probably ran about 100 yards on that play.
Oh, easily. He was all the way to the sideline, and I think that the block you saw, and I saw it as well, one of the linemen who got out in front when he reversed his field, but he didn't go low. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see it coming up here. Yeah, it was clean.
Solid play and really good athleticism from the junior, because after that second hit, he could have went down, but those quick feet, Mike, lead to an 8-yard gain, making this series look a whole lot different now. 2nd down and 2 inside 10 minutes to play in our first half.
Yeah, if you're going to make a mistake defensively, you want to do it over pursuing. Osage was offside there. Maybe somebody moved Yeah, it's going to be a dead ball procedure, and that's the third one of those already on Bolivar, and that last one before this one was the one that just turned that drive around and gave Osage good field position when they turned it into a touchdown.
Yeah, another Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag. And you know what's wild, Mike, is I saw what you saw. It looked like Osage jumped, which could have caused the guy to start early, but nonetheless goes from 2nd down and 2, 2nd down and 7. And those kind of penalties, they can really stall a drive, as we saw Bolivar's last time out.
Yeah, I think Jaden Wilkes was trying to time it up on the blitz from that middle linebacker position.
Casey now up the middle, good gainer. He's close to first down yardage, and I believe he has a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 39-yard line, has 7 yards, exactly what he needed. So they may measure, but I think he's got the first down.
The far side official already gave him the first down. That was Grant Wilson on the tackle, but boy, just a good surge by the interior of the Bolivar line as they try to answer here.
And that's really been what we've seen them have success on is Gardner, Casey, and you know what I love is he kind of gets that first step and then he slows down and lets things develop, and he knows 3 and 4 yards falling forward is a win right now. So first down and 10 once again.
They like that motion, don't they?
Oh, and again.
But they're just that play was just going nowhere. Casey wanted the wideout to come in motion, and I think he couldn't move because he was covering the end. And that's what I said before. I thought it was an illegal formation a couple of plays ago. He couldn't move because he was covering the tackle on that end, so he couldn't come back in motion. And he did the right thing and stayed there, but that caused that play to blow up.
Being a competitor, Mike, you just feel for a head coach in week 1 when these penalties start to pile up because, you know, what do you do at this point? That's frustrating. 1st and 15 now for Bolivar, and it'll be interesting to see as we move forward. Gardner, Casey, and then, of course, they've also got Chapel Banner, and I think what they like to do is bring him in when they want to send Casey deep. So here's a
good
inside handoff. Not a lot going on, a little extracurricular activity, but some good sportsmanship prevails.
Well, a great job there on defense by number 4, Eric Murphy, who stayed at home on that counter. Now, Osage got burned on that play a little bit before, but they held that to a 3-yard gain, and it looked like it had a chance to pick up some.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for Osage, Grant Wilson, big number 79. Yeah. He's tall out there. He is in on a lot of these plays thus far. I haven't said his name, but I did notice, man, he is always close to the football so far tonight. Bolivar looks to be a little situationally unaware where they're supposed to line up. That might be why we've seen a couple penalties. Casey now tucks it, and he is swallowed. Great pursuit from Osage.
Wilson again, and again somebody, Eric Murphy, in on the tackle as well. Yeah, I'm not sure about that play either, running that sprint out to the near and the short sideline. He just ran out of room. I mean, there wasn't anywhere to go.
But what I saw was when the 2 receivers kind of came out of the huddle and then went to settle, they both kind of looked unaware of who was lining up where. So something is off right now for Bolivar's offense, their rhythm, their timing, and I think that's what's leading to some of these penalties. So 3rd down and 11. Osage would love to get a stop, get that ball back in the hands of their offense, keep that momentum rolling.
We got another timeout called here?
Yeah, looks like, Coach.
That may be the middle of the quarter break here, called by one official, so they can hydrate. Nope, that's going to be Bolivar's 3rd timeout. So 3rd and 11. They didn't like the call somehow, or the clock was running down, and they're out of timeouts for the half.
Yeah, so with 7.5 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter, Bolivar, they deferred. They gave it to Osage first, and their defense held them to a quick 3 and out. Looked like Bolivar was starting to move the football, but no score through 1 quarter before Jason Colonius got us started with a 12-yard touchdown run on that ensuing possession to get the 2nd quarter started. And now it's Bolivar, Mike, as you said, out of timeouts, facing 3rd down and 11 at their own 38-yard line. Might be one of those times that you bring in Chapel Banner and
see if he can chuck it downfield to Casey. Hey, by the way, just a little bit off topic here. Thanks for the invite to the Mizzou game last night. They were most impressive in their 51-0 win over Murray State. Hey, you know, you got to beat Murray State, but they did it in impressive fashion.
without really clicking fully. So all good things as far as Mizzou getting stronger as the season progresses. 3rd down and 11 now. Casey has time. Now he's going to flush out, throws it down, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage in on the stop defensively. Dane DePay, and the receiver kind of turned into the defender on that play. Going to bring a 4th down and 11.
Yeah, the receiver kind of hung Casey out to dry there a little bit because he's under pressure, and he just kept running down the field. The deal there is you want to get the 1st down, so you want to come back to Casey so he has a realistic target to throw to. You don't want to keep running down the field. Yeah, if you get behind the guy, but if he can't make the throw, that doesn't matter. So a stop by the Osage defense, and they'll get the ball back once again with plenty of time here left in the half.
They did get 1 first down installed, so the punt now, it's a short one.
Get away, get away, get away.
Great job by Schreiman. I believe it was the sophomore. He turned around, and as you saw, Mike, had no time. His inclination is throw your hand up. Great athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, and Schreiman somehow corrals it, and Osage maintains possession.
Well,
that had disaster written all over it.
Yeah, that could have been a muff very easily there. But his teammate, he's got his back to the ball. His teammates got to be telling him, get away, get away.
He may have been. All I know is when he turned around, I cannot believe the sophomore corralled that. I thought it was going to be a fumble muffed, but to no avail. It's Osage, 1st down and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Now Maverick Trusty back out there. He's going to pitch it out to Aiden Williams, who's got some room across the 35, across the 40, steps out at about the 47, 45. They spot him, a 13-yard gain and a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. We're starting to see a little success on 1st down to the edge with Aiden Williams. It's, I believe, Colonius who kind of set the tone there.
Yeah, Colonius got the lead block, and he locked that cornerback up, and that allowed Williams to get the big gainer. What did he get, about 14 on that?
Yeah, 1st down up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start this drive. And for Coach Lasalle, you could see that was not the way he wanted that to start, but you got to give it to this Osage line. And, of course, again, Colonius, who really put a pop on the free man from the edge.
Well, there's the run blitz again, and that time it worked to perfection. Linebacker just waited for the ball to be snapped and just jumped the gap there. His timing was perfect. I'm trying to get that number.
Logan Bunn.
Yeah, he's made some plays, hasn't he? 61, Logan Bunn, the junior.
And that was an impressive play. Fought off the block, and like you said earlier, I mean, it's not like Aiden Williams is super easy to tackle, being the first guy there. He makes a lot of the first and second guys miss. So great play by Bunn, and that 3-yard loss kind of changes the trajectory of this drive. 2nd down and long now. Trip wide receivers. You imagine Colonius probably comes in motion out of the slot.
So you probably got single coverage on the far side.
Trusty now steps up. He's got his man. Great throw across his body up to the 40-yard line.
Wow, that's
nice. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and that's a 17-yard gain, Mike. Once again, he's got his senior, Noah Stevens. What a throw across his body. You'll see here. He has to step up and then throw across his body a strike to Stevens. That's twice we've seen that.
And on the move, and that's a tough throw to make. And throwing with a lot of confidence, man. It's so funny. It's not funny, but it's odd how you get that first completion. Now here's a quick snap, and 2 quicks, it turns out.
Oh, I think it's the quarter break. The 6-minute mark of the quarter. They're going to call an official timeout, although I don't know if that's really the way it's supposed to happen with the hurry-up supposed to happen. But
you mean after the ball snapped?
We'll take a commercial break. Your Osage Indians leading by the score of 7-0.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the Water Tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
We'll welcome you back as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam and the Osage student section. They are out in full force. Get a look there thanks to our friends at Ozark Homes. Ozark manufactured homes. If you haven't seen the incredible different homes, not just modular homes, these things are pretty incredible. They've changed what they do, and they can build homes on the water. Go check out Ozark Homes in Laurie underneath the water tower. Of course, your high school game of the week. It's week 1, Mike, and we have a action-packed slate of games here in 2024 featuring Osage, Eldon, Versailles, and of course, the Camdenton Lakers. Trusting now, little play action. Throws over the top, pretty good throw. Looking for his receiver who has to go over the top of the defender. Yeah, Landon Hall, his intended receiver. Really a solid play. Just a seam right up the middle, a little play action, and was hoping to catch the defense nap, and really good coverage. And Hall, all he could do is just make sure that wasn't picked.
Yeah, he just went up with his offhand too. That's just a smart, heady play. For some reason, they had him triple covered off the play action there, and Hall just made sure that it wasn't intercepted.
Well, that's going to be 12 men on the field, so a free play, and going to be a pretty solid gain by Colonius, who's up to about the 45-yard line. A 5-yard gain, but the no huddle, it caught Bolivar. Their 12th man hadn't made it off the field, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Liberators on the Bruce and Kelly team. Penalty flag.
If that is on Bolivar, and certainly their body language would suggest that, and that's going to be the 5th penalty of the first half on the Liberators.
Yeah, as the substitution came in, the guy was running off the field. It was a good 4 or 5 yards from the sideline as the ball was snapped. So it was this near side official that threw it up, and really smart play by Osage. I think they've seen that Bolivar likes to bring in a sub every other play. They're bringing a new guy in from the sideline. And so Coach Jolly says, hey, let's hurry up, because we didn't see that those first 2 series. But the last possession, we've seen that twice now where they've rushed the line of scrimmage and snapped it quickly.
What are we doing? Is that a 15-yard penalty on top of the play? I would thought that had been a 5-yarder, but apparently quite mistaken there, and it's on top of the running play, which picked up 4. So I would have thought that had been a 5-yarder, but Osage is going to complain about it. 15 on top of the positive play.
Now they're coming to talk this one over.
Okay. The signal he gave, I believe that's a legal substitution. The both hands on top of the cap like that.
I didn't know that was a 15-yard penalty.
I didn't either, and that may have been some, obviously it was something other than that, because it, the 15-yard penalty that's a major penalty. Look,
Williams now going backwards, and he is able to get close to that line of scrimmage. He does actually get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain, but great pursuit defensively from the Liberators. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 21. Still shaking my head over what happened. It must have been like something said from the sideline or some kind of 15-yard.
But that would have been an unsportsmanlike where they waved both arms. But the thing that Bolivar is going to get burned on here, because Coach Jolly has to be seeing this, they're shooting a lot of people on run blitzes, and I think that Osage is going to catch them in that, hit somebody on a quick slant, because there's no safety over the top.
Uh-oh, look out. And here is Noah Stevens, the outside, inside the 10 to the house. Touchdown. Osage doubles their lead nearly 13-0. A great misdirection play. No one home, and Noah Stevens from 22 yards out scampers home, and Osage up 13-0. Really nice play design, Mike.
Yeah, it was. Caught him inside, and a great block out front as he got to the corner. We see the replay here, and you see the receiver to pay out. You don't have to pancake a guy. Just get in his way, and it was Gardner there that got caught up inside, and no containment out there, and Stevens just ran it all the way in.
The extra points, Childs will hold, Clark will kick. It is true, so with 4:54 left in the second quarter, Osage leads by a score of 14-0.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
We welcome you back here as we get a look at the Bolivar sideline. And for Osage, a scoreless game as we enter the second quarter, although Osage knocking on the door. But nice 2 possessions, and we've started to see that playbook open up a little bit, start to catch the Bolivar Liberators. Really, like you said, they're sending blitzers, and when you do those misdirection plays, there's going to be prices to pay. 14-0 lead opened up here for Osage, and the kick from Clark into the end zone for a touchback. So at the 4:54 mark, Osage has to feel good with a 2-score lead at this point.
I feel pretty good about Brady Clark. I'd kick it in the end zone every time if you can. Give it the 20, and you don't have to worry about any kind of return there. Yeah, and this is a big sequence here. Osage has all the momentum. That one play, that 5-yard penalty on Bolivar. And they've had 6 penalties in the first half of play here, but that turned the momentum. That made for the 3-yard punt, and then Osage immediately took advantage of that and got the first score of the game. So you want to get the stop here and hang on to that momentum, because Bolivar will have the ball to start the second half.
Trusty in there at quarterback. First one into the flat has his man. Not a whole lot doing. Great coverage there from Osage as Nichols, the intended target, hauls it in for a modest gain. Great pursuit. Landon Childs, are actually DePay, first guy there. But one thing, great help from Osage. They are really swarming to the ball. Quick perimeter speed, and that's one thing that Bolivar felt like they were big and strong. Osage felt like they were very quick.
Did you see Jaden Wilkes there? He was supposed to be on the field. Man, he comes sprinting off the sideline to get there and didn't quite make it to the play, but that was a long run for him. Nice cutback, and the play stopped.
Room there. A Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag once again, and Bolivar, as you said, their penalties starting to pile up here in this first half.
That's one of the few carries we've seen here for Cyrus Jackson, the running back. He made a nice little cutback there, but I'm sure Osage had heard the whistle and they'd kind of given up on the play, so maybe it wasn't all that good. No, we've got 6 penalties now. 6 penalties on Bolivar, and 5 of those have been the procedure variety, and none of them do you any good when you're kind of a ball control type team. By the way, that catch the receiver had there just a few moments ago, the 3-yard pickup, the first completion for Bolivar. Wilkes times the run blitz again. He gets eaten up on the trap block, but very short gain as Jackson did get the carry that time, just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Tyrus Jackson. He's got a quick first step, but Osage, they were there, going to bring up 3rd down and long here, about 3rd down and 13. Actually about 12 from their own 18-yard line. Bolivar, they need to keep this offense on the field. They can ill afford to watch Osage get the football back with pretty good field position here. We do have a score update. Camdenton, right after a safety, they go up 16-7 over Jeff City with 10:51 left in the first half.
And they caught Osage in a run blitz, but great pursuit by Wilkes down the line of scrimmage, holds that to about a 3-yard pickup. Man, he can cover some ground. And also I want to throw in there too, Longolier, Caden also helping out on that tackle.
Yeah, it was Gardner Casey who got the pitch running it this time, but Wilkes, man, great pursuit, and he delivered a pop on Casey, forcing 4th down and about 9 after a 4-yard gain. And so Osage, an opportunity to get the football back on the plus side of the field with 3 minutes plus remaining.
Well, what kind of punt are we going to see here? Oh, it's short snap, and a great job to get the punt away.
And his best punt of the night, and DePay fair catches at the 41-yard line. So a really solid punt of about 38 yards considering the circumstances. And Osage with it at their own 42. They've got 3:24 left, 2 timeouts, and a 14-point lead. So plenty of time, obviously. Up 14-0. Haven't seen a whole lot of the running attack from Osage. Aiden Williams got going a little bit these last couple series, but we've seen Aiden Williams take over ball games, Mike, in the second half.
Well, the big thing for me here, you've got a 14-0 lead, obviously. You just don't want to make a mistake and give the ball up in minus territory. Colonies gets the carry on that little curl off left tackle. Not a lot there.
Yeah, no gain, maybe one. Nice job defensively on the delayed handoff, and we see that a lot. The idea I envision, we see it work, is you hide the football well, but man, when they stay home defensively, it's tough to get anything going on those delayed draws right up the middle. And with a line against like this, we've seen Osage have their success running the football to the edge, to the perimeter so far.
And they're going to eat up as much as the clock as they can here because Bolivar doesn't have any timeouts. So they want to keep the clock moving, and if they do have to punt the ball back, Liberators wouldn't have much time to do anything with it. Here's the run blitz again.
And swallowed up is Maverick Trusty. That pocket collapsed quickly, and he was just bamboozled there. I mean, his lineman started to collapse. He had no choice, but he's tried to step up to elude the pressure, but a nice play defensively from Bolivar. Going to bring up 3rd down and long here.
Yeah, lost about 6 or 7 on that play, but I think the smart thing, early on we saw him try to force the throw out, even got a intentional grounding call go against him the second time it happened. The smart thing there, you just tuck it in, take the loss, run the ball on 3rd down. You can take the clock down to about a minute when you punt it away on 4th down, and Bolivar really wouldn't have much time to work with. Oh, did he get in the neutral zone? Yes, he did. That is 7 penalties on Bolivar here in the first half.
We'll give that one to Maverick Trusty with the hard count. It's a Bruce and Kelly real estate team penalty flag. Another one, as you said, the 7th for Bolivar already. So they give those 5 yards back, and 3rd down and 10.
I wonder if that changes what Coach Jolly would do here. I think they're going to roll the clock again. They do, so a fresh 25 seconds to take it down to about a minute 20, and then you run the play, and you're down to about 40 seconds, and then you can punt the ball away. I mean, that's the conservative thing here to do, but now it's 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 16.
He did bring in a different package. Colonius went to the sideline. Another speedster came out, so 3rd down and long. Trusty gonna throw over the middle. Deflected and almost intercepted. Getting a hand on it was Mason McCurry, the senior. He was looking for DePay, who never saw the football as it got deflected. So the clock stops, and 4th down and 10. Osage will be forced to punt.
Yeah, I like the play, though. I mean, play to win. You know, the smart thing, the conservative thing to do there would have been just to run the ball, and you could have pretty much run the clock out, or at least given Bolivar nothing to work with. So we'll see Trusty punted away here from his own 42-yard line. He'll be standing back at about the 30.
Waiting for the punt will be Gardner Casey, standing at his 25-yard line. So
good punt.
A real good punt, and away from Casey. Continues to roll. Wow, all the way down to the 10-yard line. So that is a 48-yard punt, flips the field, and Bolivar will have it 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line with 1:09 remaining. So very well executed for Osage, and really, what a punt for Maverick Trusty.
Yeah, just perfect. He just angled it across the field and got that, just happened to be the end-over-end roll instead of a little backspin and checking up. I don't think Bolivar's going to try to do much here. They've completed one pass, and it was good for 3 yards. They don't have any timeouts. They do get the ball to start the second half, and so Coach Lasalle can go in at halftime and say, let's quit doing these 5-yard penalties, guys, and try to get something started here. But I don't see them doing anything crazy trying to get the offense rolling in this situation.
So from their own 10-yard line, Trusty out of the shotgun. Jackson back there with him. Oh, it's going to be a little play action now. Rolls out to his right side. Gardner Casey has a little room, cuts back across. A solid gainer up to the 23-yard line for 13 yards, and a back wellness center 1st down at the 23 as the clock stops temporarily while they reset the sticks. And Bolivar, they may try to throw one out. That first down play may have changed their mind. Still a lot of field in a very little bit of time.
Now, still a very conservative call. It just did work for them, but clock continues to run.
Well, sweep pitch outside, and Curie now across the 30, and he is bamboozled. Jason Colonius, how you doing? Wow.
He got him up high, no doubt about that. Got him a little off balance and blasted him out of bounds. I'm not sure why the clock stopped, though. The contact was obviously made on the field of play. Yeah, he runs out of bounds here, but there's the contact. It's a good yard or two inside, but they stopped the clock, which is a break for the Bolivar Liberators.
So an 8-yard gain, and
who was on that carry?
That was number 7 McCurry.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jason Colonius in on the stop, so 2nd down and 2 now. Casey takes the snap, clean pocket, now going to roll to his right, throws in the flat, good throw across his body, hauled in by number 3 for a 1st down up to the 47-yard line as Connor Neal, the senior, makes his first touch of the night, and the clock stops with 32.7 seconds, and that was a 17-yard gain up to the 48-yard line.
I'm wondering if Coach Jolly is thinking he should went ahead and run it 3rd down to run. The clock had been run out by now. And that was a big break, getting that call to stop the clock on the reception on the near side the previous play before this last one.
You may have said it. Eldon's up 13-7 on Fulton. So 1st down now.
Ooh,
looking over the middle, very nearly intercepted on the play. Noah Stevens has already scored a touchdown tonight and has 3 catches, and he almost picks that.
Stevens was playing possum over there in that deep zone on the sideline and just simply undercut the play. Just timed it perfectly, but it was a little too tall for him. He does get the incomplete pass and does stop the clock, though.
Chapel Banner back in there at quarterback on that play for the Liberators.
That was almost a penalty as the receiver almost set up on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage.
Banner back in there, throws, has his man up to the 45-yard line, but no room as DePay in there. Almost a fumble. It's hauled in by Evan Nichols, the junior. The clock continues to tick at the 45-yard line as we're inside 10 seconds to play.
And he clocks the ball so they can get...
Actually, Coach Jolly has to call a timeout because he had a guy running off the sideline. Would have been 12 men on the field. So with 8.9 seconds left, Coach Jolly calls the timeout. We'll stay with you here. Bolivar, they're really limited options here. The ball's the 45-yard line, time for about 2 plays. They've got no timeouts. So for Osage, you can play very deep, prevent-style defense. You just don't want a penalty, don't give them an opportunity close to the end zone, and you'd love to go into the half with this 14-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good timeout on a couple of different perspectives here, because you can do something with your kids now. Tell them, just don't let anybody get behind you. You can put somebody, 15, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage and tell them nobody deeper than you. And that would be your best athlete back there. Somebody like to pay. And I'm sure this is something they practice. It looks like it'll be Noah Stevens will be back there. And you wouldn't mind having a little pass rush, but what you tell your defensive linemen when you're talking to them, think containment. Yeah, if you get pressure on him, great. If you can get the sack, even better. But keep him in the pocket.
So it'll be Chapel Banner back there. Now they're going to pitch it back to Casey for the option pass. He's going to throw it down the field, and that is incomplete. Great coverage. DePay right there with them, as well as a couple other Indians. So no one fooled there on the option pass. You could kind of see that coming as it developed.
Yeah, especially with Casey running to his left there. He threw a good ball, but Osage with great coverage. So 4th and 3, 2.6 left, and this is see how far you can throw a play.
And following the conclusion of this first half, we'll have our halftime show tonight, brought to you by our friends at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes. Recap our first half, look at some highlights, and here's the throw up in the air and almost picked off. Climbing the ladder, Landon Childs knocks it away, and so our first half comes to a close. Your score, it's the hometown Indians. They lead 14-0 over the visiting Bolivar Liberators. This is Lake TV's Game of the Week. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back with our Hedges Scott Millard halftime show.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go farther, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Yeah, 92 we built a boardwalk. In 93 or 94 we started playing with the flowers. It took us a year or two to design the pylons and the uprights to hold the flowers, because once the water fills up the verticals, each bag is about 250 pounds. We had several failures, and then over a period of time we perfected the uprights, and then we had to find a method of irrigating it, and that took us another couple of years, slowly but surely, and then we add to it every year. We try and come up with different ideas. We added gazebos, we added different types of plants. We've experimented with different plants to see what grows and what doesn't. We're really interested in doing perennials because it's a lot of work to do these flowers. Back in 92, 93, we made a contract with some Mennonites, and they started growing the flowers for us. Since 92, 93, we buy the flowers in seeds from the Mennonites at Spring Hill Greenhouse, and then we plant the flowers in the verticals.
Where did the love for the flowers and plants? Is that you? Is that your wife's son? Or is that a shared love? Or where'd that come from?
That was just something that we thought would look good.
Now, we've heard it coined Flower Co., Flower Pot Co. What's the name that you guys prefer to call it? Is there a signature name?
We don't have a signature name for it. I mean, it's our boat dock.
Yeah.
We come down here every night and we enjoy ourselves.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
During this chapter of life, We are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for the Millard Family Chapel's halftime show. At Millard Family Chapel's, every day is a gift, and so is every life. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
And we're back here on Lake TV for Friday night. Helps if you turn your mic on as we welcome you back to Lake TV's live high school football. We're at School of the Osage, and Mike, after a scoreless first quarter, Osage started to get it going there in that second.
Have you ever seen the momentum of a game turn on one play like it did here tonight? Deep in Osage territory, a 4th and 10 or so for Bolivar. They were going to go for it. Then they had one of their 7 penalties, moved it back to 4th and 15. So they go set up for a punt. The punt travels 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden the light switch on. Came on, and Osage hadn't done anything on offense at that point. They got a nice run on a sweep to Williams. They completed some passes. Boom, all of a sudden you're down the field to get a touchdown. You get another stop, another touchdown, and it all seemed to turn on that one simple little 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, it really started with a stagnant Osage offense. They couldn't get anything going, and Bolivar, with quarterback Gardner Casey, they started running up the middle and pick up some first downs and really looked like they were going to control the point of attack and look like, oh, look out. Osage might get pushed around here, but as you said, that penalty kind of started a string of 5-yard penalties and have kind of halted any momentum, any fluid motion, anything going as far as consistency on offense for Bolivar, and Osage has been able to take advantage. They did get the scoring started on a 12-yard touchdown run from the senior Jason Colonius. That was big. And then, of course, Noah Stevens with a 22-yard touchdown run for their second score. So they lead 14-0. And as far as the actual numbers, Mike, what do those look like in the first half?
Well, we'll start first of all with the Bolivar Liberators under head coach Jacob Lasalle. Casey has 8 carries for 41 yards, had a 13-yarder there. It's kind of junk time in the last minute of play. Jackson, 2 carries, -2 yards. McCurry has 5 for 20, and Nichols has 2 for 18. So the rushing total, 77 yards for Bolivar on 17 attempts. No turnovers in the ballgame. The passing numbers, just 3 of 10 for Bolivar, and the catches went to Nichols. He had 2 for 10 yards, and Neal had 1 for 13. So 77 yards rushing, 23 through the air, 100 on the number for Bolivar from scrimmage on offense. But here's the big number: 7 penalties for 45 yards. 6 of those were just offensive procedure calls, and then one that kind of mystery 15-yarder there too. We're not sure what that was. We thought it was simply too many men on the field, but it was assessed on top of the 4-yard positive gain for Osage, so it ended up being a 19-yard gain on the play. For Osage, Trusty, 2 carries, -6. He did have that one quarterback sack there, which claimed the -6 yards. Williams, 9 for 32. His best was that 14-yard run that really got the offense clicking there. Colonius, man, just what a solid player. 3 carries for 11 yards. And Stevens, as Will just mentioned, 1 for 22, and that was the second touchdown. The passing numbers, 5 for 8. Stevens, impressively, with 3 catches for 42 yards. And then DePay had 2 for 11. So the rushing totals, just 59 on 15 attempts for Osage. Very balanced, though, 53 yards through the air on 5 of 8 passing. Again, no turnovers in the first half for either team. So 100 yards for scrimmage from Bolivar, 112 for Osage. Osage only had 2 penalties for 18 yards.
Yeah, that was one of the big differences. Of course, down 2 scores was Bolivar. Like you said, those penalties started to pick up. And so for Shannon Jolly, after a scoreless first first quarter. You don't turn the ball over. You only have 2 penalties, and you lead 14-0. You got to be really impressed in what we're used to seeing as Aiden Williams and Jason Colonius just run. It's actually been Noah Stevens, the senior. He's got those 3 catches for 42 yards, the 22-yard touchdown run, but additionally, he had a couple big plays on defense. He had a big stop on special teams, and he had a deflection towards the end of that first half. So he's been all over the place. And another thing is, how about Maverick Trusty delivering the football on the move? It's been 2 plays to Stevens on 3rd down that have picked up first downs and extended the drive. Both of those led to those touchdowns.
Well, stop and think about it, too. I told you 5 for 8 passing on the first half. Think of the first 2 passes. The first one, he just was fortunate not to get a grounding call. He got flushed out. They were going to hit a quick hitter. It wasn't there. He got out, big time pressure, and just shot-putted the ball down the field. The second pass attempt, basically the same thing happened, but this time they got him for the grounding call, which was, 15 yards penalty back from the line of scrimmage. It wasn't a spot foul as it is in the NFL. But from that point on, he only had 1 other incompletion. So he didn't let that rattle him. That's very impressive for a kid who's still just a junior. He didn't let that rattle him, and he reeled off 6 completions and really got the offense clicking.
And not only that, but that last series that Bolivar actually did get going a little bit, it was a 41-yard punt that pinned them at their 10-yard line by Maverick Trusty. And if they hadn't had that field position, man, they really did move it there in that last minute after getting nothing going. So, of course, a little softer defense, some holes there, but that punt played a difference. So we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with our second half with Osage out in front over Bolivar, 14-0.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort in making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
Since we're here, I gotta ask, I feel selfish asking, is there a chance you might take us out, in one of these?
We're gonna get you on this 41 Nighthawk and go out and get some nice cool breeze in our hair and show you what we got.
Let's do it, baby. Awesome.
Sounds great.
All good? Let's go. How we do? Awesome. Your hair's a little... I lost my hat. You did?
Well, we need to get you to Imcon Racing now.
I think so.
You are invited to join Sir Dyke Yamaha for the annual Ride for Freedom. Join us as we honor the memory of 9/11 and thank Lake Area first responders, police, and military with a 150-mile boat and PWC ride to Truman Dam and back on Sunday, September 8th. We'll provide the rigs for military, first responders, and police. All donations go to local police and military charities. Ride for Freedom info and registration at SirDykeYamaha.com. We'll see you at the Sir Dyke Yamaha Ride for Freedom.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the Water Tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
And we welcome you back to Lake TV's live coverage of high school football. We're at School of the Osage in Kaiser, Missouri, where the Indians lead 14-0, Mike.
Hey, I want to take a second to recognize the coaching staffs. We don't get a chance to talk about these guys all that much. For Bolivar, head coach Jacob Lasalle in his second year with Bolivar. His defensive coaches are Travis Gregory, Elaine Pierre, Charlie Carson. I don't think he probably says it that way, but Charlie Carson on the offensive or defensive side. His offensive coaches, Austin Conrad, Nathan DeRosset, and A.J. Lynn. For the School of the Osage Indians under head coach Shannon Jolly, his second time around down here in Kaiser. David Austin, Graham Bockham, who's an outstanding player for Eldon back in the day. John Baumstark, P.J. Bledsoe, who's just a semester away from graduating up at Westminster, another good player at Eldon. J.C. Brandt, well, we've got an Eldon team going here. Great lineman for the Mustangs. Jarrett Brooks, Chris Butler, Jake Evans, Rob Heimbrock, Zach Hess, and Mike Williams. Got a chance to say hi to him when I was talking to Coach Jolly. We go back quite a ways now, Coach Jolly and I. We've seen each other, well, a couple of different venues as it turns out over the years. Well, a pretty good first half for School of the Osage. They really struggled offensively. Then that penalty we talked about a little bit in the first segment of our halftime show here that really just seemed to turn the momentum. It set up the 3-yard punt, and Osage ran with it. So a big sequence to start the second half. Bolivar will get the ball on the possession as they won the opening toss and deferred to the second half of play. So Osage's defense, and I've been impressed with them, maybe not the physicality or maybe not the speed, but the way that they're disciplined. I mean, they play assignment football. They rally to the football. They got hurt that one time by over pursuing it and leaving that backside cutback. But all in all, they played really, really well. After an early start, we saw a couple of good runs by Gardner Casey. But they've kind of shut that down and really just, you give up just 100 yards in the first half, you're going to take that every day of the week.
Yeah, and for Osage, they did a nice job, especially in that second quarter, because even though they only gave up 100 yards, they barely gained 100 yards on offense as well. But they love the score, and also want to give a shout out to a few of our friends watching on Facebook. Colin, who said great quality. We appreciate you tuning in, Colin. Cindy's watching from Lori, and our buddy Raymond says Osage and the Osage quarterback Maverick Trusty look really good, and our friend Alan says great coverage. So thanks for watching, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Como Connect Channel 90, our web stream at mylaketv.com. You could be watching on Roku or Amazon Fire. You may also be watching on the LOZ app from the palm of your hand. If you want a way to watch Lake TV's high school football all year round, our official app partner, the LOZ app, free to download on your iPhone or Android device. And it is so simple, Mike. You
Even
download,
I could do it.
You open the app, and yeah, you hit watch this week's game of the week, and they'll even send you a push notification when we go live each week. And real quick, you mentioned you and Shannon Jolly go way back. Well, I want to date you here. Actually, got to be careful. I don't want to date you. I want to tell
I understood
people
the reference. I did.
So Shannon Jolly started his first stint in Osage in 2000. Of course, you'd have been covering Eldon and Versailles at that point, so you'd have got him twice a year. This is 24 years ago this relationship started, and so you've seen him do a lot of things around the lake area. And for Shannon Jolly, I always remember when we have his teams at Osage anyway, maybe not at Eldon, but every year it seems like his role players are graduating. This is one of the most veteran teams I remember him having, and with the way they came on down the stretch, again, almost upsetting Warrensburg in that district opener, this has been promising because I talked to some of the media guys around the state of Missouri, and they thought this year's Bolivar team had a real good shot to be special, and not saying they're not going to be, but Osage, a clean first half, leading 14-0, and Brady Clark set to kick in an impressive
All day long, Brady.
kick.
All day long, brother.
Into the end zone, and so that's how we'll get started with our second half. Bolivar has it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you don't have to worry about, of course, a lot of times on returns you'll see penalties. There's also the possibility of some kind of turnover there. But hey, I'll take starting on defense at the opponent's 20-yard line all day long. Brady, just kick it into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that a lot at this level.
No.
I mean, you hope to kick it inside the 20 and get good coverage and keep them really on their side of the 35. But what a weapon that would be to start your opponent at their own 20-yard line. So on first down, Gardner Casey takes the snap, and he bounces off the first would-be tackle, and there you get a look at Gardner Casey's athleticism and speed. He's up to the 43-yard line, and he gets a big hit, but not before he gains 23 yards. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down, and a great start for the Liberators on their first play of this second half.
How'd that happen? He was stopped cold in here, and no one wrapped up, and a good block on the corner, the kick out there. And then Casey, that was borderline. No, he was well inbounds. So nice hit on the sideline there by Drake Williams. But a big run for Casey.
That's Aiden Williams' younger brother.
Oh, really?
Had a good game together a couple times last year as the carry on first down. Not a whole lot going for McCurry, and he's going to have 3 or 4 yards. He makes his way up to the 47-yard line.
They do a good job on those sweeps of getting a lineman out front, and really it's kind of a crackback block, but he'll stop and set a pick basically, and he cleaned somebody up pretty good that time. Good gain of 4 yards on first down.
Real good battle going on here on the line of scrimmage between these two lines. Look at the way they collide as soon as the ball snaps, man. There's a lot of push going on as Casey calls his own number, but he'll be stopped.
He didn't get out there that time, did he?
No, he is stopped. First guy there, Landon Hall, gets credited with the stop after a modest gain, so 3rd down and 5 for Bolivar.
And Colonius also helping out on the tackle as well. Yeah, they're just nothing fancy. It's just, he just waits for something to develop, but great. I mean, they're not real big. Osage isn't real big in there, but man, they rallied to the ball, and that was good defense on that particular play.
So big 3rd down and 5 here in the early going of the second half. Man in motion. Casey going to pitch it out that way. Nice block. Good cutback. Ball comes loose, but
yeah, he was well out of bounds there. That was Isaac Williams.
Be interesting on this spot because it looks like he's about the 47 on the near sideline.
Well, I thought he had the first down easily there, didn't he?
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. Now, the near side official looked like he spotted it where the fumble took place. They do give him the Beck Wellness Center first down as the Liberators move it into the Osage side of the field, looking to cut this Osage lead in half on this opening series. And
that's got to just absolutely drive Coach LaSalle crazy if that's a penalty. Maybe it was a timeout call first.
So Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag. Indeed, another false start on the offense.
Man. You've got positive play after positive play, and you got a 1st and 10. You're in plus territory, and you get your 8th penalty of the game, and 7 of those now have been the 5-yard procedure calls.
Yeah, that hurts indeed. And Osage, they've been real opportunistic that once these drives stall, once they go behind the line of scrimmage and get these long down and distance situations. Osage is taking advantage tonight.
They're gonna run some kind of counter with that man in motion here in a little bit.
The pitch out, a little bit of a dangerous play, trying to get outside, and great tackle. Once again, Landon Childs comes up from his secondary position and drops McCurry for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, the first block was good, but nobody got to Childs, and he came up, solid tackle, head up, got through the legs, and a loss of, what, we got 1 there maybe?
Yeah, that went for a 1-yard loss. And tell you what, I love what we've seen from Landon Childs. Love what you've seen from Noah Stevens and another kid, Jaden Wilkes, defensively tonight that we have been very impressed with. So 2nd down and 17. Casey, quarterback draw up the middle. He's got some room trying to get outside now. DePay with a great open field tackle, goes low and stops Casey at the 47-yard line. He does get about 6 yards back to that initial line of scrimmage, but that tackle by DePay in the open field saves a lot of yardage.
Aren't you a little surprised as you see Casey gets to the outside here that he didn't use a cutback lane there? Because he could have used that blocker that was out there, number 0. I believe that is Evan Nichols. But he didn't, and DePay made the tackle and makes it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, big 3rd down here, Osage.
We haven't seen this formation tonight.
Yeah, you have 2 wide receivers stacked. Now it's going to be a play-action rollout.
Oh, what a great read. What a great
and it is intercepted by Landon Childs at the 31-yard line. Gardner Casey was absolutely destroyed. Landon Childs makes the play, and it is going to be the first turnover of the game, courtesy of Landon Childs, who has had his name called early and often tonight.
But Colonius there with the pressure and got up there and got into the legs, and Casey could not put anything on the throw, and he's hobbling a bit as he comes to the sideline. But Eldon gets the stop. It took 3 minutes and 1 second off the clock, and the first, as Will just mentioned, the first turnover of the game goes against Bolivar, and that's...
You can tell you've done a lot of Eldon games over the years.
What did I say?
You called him Eldon.
I've almost done that a couple of times tonight. I'm old, though. You have to remember that.
And now we have a Bruce and Kelly team real estate penalty flag. And this one is again against Bolivar. Well, afterwards, I saw Coach Shannon Jolly pretty excited. So what I thought would have been a false start goes against Bolivar. So a free 5 yards, and this drive starts to 1st down and 5.
Yeah, and you have to remember in high school, you can't, as a defensive player, you can't go into the neutral zone at any time. You know, so, oh, he got back before the snap. No, that doesn't matter. You line up in the neutral zone, it's 5. Quick opener. They haven't really ran that dive series very much tonight.
Works for about 2 or 3.
Yeah, but when you're already 1st and 5, there's nothing wrong with 3 yards. So
no
second
doubt.
about 3.
Real quick shout out to our crew, our director of photography, switching technical director Andrew Evans, on instant replay Spencer Wall, our top camera angle David Leatherberry, of course the great Sean Cober on the field, giving you great shots down there. Sierra Smith on graphics in the truck, Robbie Brewer shooting our B-roll and photography on the field, Megan Albers in studio producing and engaging with you guys on social media, and of course Michelle Kitchen, our station programmer and schedule. Now here's a shot for Trusty, has a step looking for his man, and that is caught at about the 28-yard line. A beautiful throw and catches Dane DePay on the receiving end here. That's good for 34 yards and a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. What a throw right over the shoulder.
Yeah, what a great job by Colonius picking up the blitz. Again, that center, the middle gap blitz there, it was picked up perfectly by the offensive line. Colonius helping out as well. And Maverick laid it right in there to pay. Great concentration up the sideline. Had to wait a little bit for the ball, but Gardner couldn't recover quickly enough, and Osage has got it going on here.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
Counter.
Yeah, go with the quick handoff on the counter. Aiden Williams has a couple. down to the 26-yard line. But Coach Shannon Jolly absolutely fine with this. Couple of running plays, move the football, and then open up that passing game. And I'm telling you what, Maverick Trusty, in my mind, has answered any questions about whether he's going to be capable of leading a balanced offense this year.
Got a halftime score. It's Knob Noster controlling Versailles 27-0. That's a big game for Versailles because that, as it turns out, is also a district game for the Tigers. Haven't heard much from Eldon tonight.
Pitch outside to Williams, who's got some green grass. He's inside the 20, stays on his feet down to about the 17-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain and a Beck Wellness Center first down. And Osage back inside the Price and Randall injury attorneys red zone, and they starting to get it going.
I think that's a cramp there on the player. He just went out of gas. And Williams, he's not a big cutback runner, man. He's going out. He knows where the camera's at too, doesn't he? But he's going to go to the sideline if he can. Man, he's got an opportunity. As big and strong as he is, he plants that right foot there and goes against the flow. He probably takes that in.
So now a first down and 10 at the 17-yard line as Osage sends a couple guys in motion. Here's Williams. He's going to be met back in the backfield. Good play defensively. Once again, that's number 68 for Bolivar. We've called his name a couple of times. That's Sam Harless, the junior. Goes for a 3-yard loss, Mike. Back to the 20-yard line. Going to bring up second down and long.
It's hard to pick it up every time when they run blitz as much as Bolivar does. And that time Harless got through the gap cleanly, and Williams really never had a chance to get going here. You got to figure that Brady Clark, I mean, this is well within his range for a field goal. And you think, well, you don't want to settle for a field goal. Well, yeah, but that's a 3-possession lead, and you're halfway through this third quarter.
Going to roll to his right is Trusty. Going to take a shot to the end zone, looking for DePay, and he is interfered with. Almost makes the play anyway. That's going to be a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and we'll see where they spot this. When you said Brady Clark, that's within his range. Anywhere in the field of play may very well be within his range.
You know, that was actually good coverage. But if the defender, and that was Maddox Neesmith, if he would have just turned his head, his technique was good, but you've got to play the ball. And if you're not looking at the ball, that's an easy flag. This is going to be an automatic first down for the School of the Osage once they decide where they're going to spot it. It's not a spot foul. That if you'd had that penalty in the NFL, they would have said first and goal from the 1-yard line. They're going to go half the distance. It'll end up at the 10-yard line here once they mark it off, and it'll be first and goal. That's got to be a first down, guys.
I have loved.
It's got to be a first down, doesn't it?
It's a yard
How can
penalty.
it not be a first down?
I have a hard time keeping track. Now that's a weird play as Aiden Williams falls forward. He's going to have a Beck Wellness Center first down to the 6-yard line. A tough run of about 4 yards and going to set the Indians up first down and goal from right there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as it turns out, but I don't know how you can have a pass interference in the end zone if it's not a first down.
As we look ahead for both teams, for Bolivar, they get a tough road to start the first 2 weeks of the season on the road after tonight. Here in Osage, they'll be at Harrisonville.
Yeah, it's a tough get there, man. I know one of the coaches up there real well, and they're always good. They and Ray Peck right there together.
First down and goal from the 6. Colonius gets the carry, cuts back inside, tries to get to the end zone. He'll be down to about the 2-yard line. And as for Osage, home tonight, of course. They'll be at Moberly next week. And then it gets a little tougher even from there as they'll be at Blair Oaks week 3. So with 5:54 left here in the third quarter, a timeout by the officials for a water break. Your score 14-0 on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Welcome you back here on Lake TV for, of course, what is Friday Night Lights. Now, a lot of you accustomed to seeing our LOZ featured doc series on Friday night, just a couple of weeks away from getting that back underway for Season 3. Of course, we'll announce on our Facebook and Instagram pages what times you can see that, with high school football owning Friday nights here on Lake TV the next 10-plus weeks. So on second down and goal from the 4, Trusty tries to get outside, cuts back inside into the end zone for a score, and Maverick Trusty the Junior. He is tough as nails and only needed 4, but he had to work for every single one of those 4 yards. And Osage out in front 20-0 now with 5:54 left. Starting to run away here a little bit, and really, really dominant drive. I know they got good field position there, but you got to be impressed after the interception when they march down the field and leave no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, points off turnovers are very, very good.
Make it hurt, and Brady Clark, the extra point is up, and it is true. So your score now, as the Osage faithful, they love seeing it as their team on opening week lead by a score of 21-0.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
We are back in Kaiser, where the Osage Indians open up a 21-0 lead over the Bolivar Liberators. And Mike, after the first quarter of play, we were scoreless.
Not anymore. Nope. Osage is simply taking control here. We do have another score from Eldon. They're leading Fulton 27-7. Fulton in the conference now this year. Does that start this year?
Yep.
Fulton Hornets, part of the Tri-County. That's not going to quite make it to the end zone, but the ball fumbled.
Oh, and a little look back and good coverage, but really nice return. Oh, and the ball's on the ground, and who has it?
Osage likes it. The sideline over there.
And the Indians have recovered. Johnny on the spot with the recovery. It's number 4, Eric Murphy, the junior. And it goes from bad to worse for Bolivar. Not only is there a Bolivar player with cramps, there's an Osage player down, but let's get a look. So when he first got it, he almost looked like, hey, you want it? No, I'm going to take it.
Arrowwood almost had the tackle on special teams there.
It was a great effort.
Well, and he just lost it, didn't he?
And it was punched out by guess who? Jaden Wilkes gets the forced fumble, and Eric Murphy, the junior, with the recovery, and it looks like we have a couple of players down.
If you ever had that problem, I had that problem playing softball in the heat, where it just feels like somebody put a vice grip on your hamstring, and then suddenly it'll loosen up for you, and you just get up and walk away. It looks bad and it hurts, but it just goes away in a minute. I'd much rather have a cramp like that than I would like an ACL or something.
I've heard of synchronized swimming. I've never heard of synchronized cramp stretching. So we'll take a commercial break with 5:37 left in the third quarter. It's all Osage on Lake TV.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Back here on Lake TV, and both players was just cramps, it appears, able to get up and off the field on their own accord. So with 5:37, we saw our first turnover, an interception from Landon Childs, who already having a good night, gets better. And then on the ensuing kickoff after the touchdown, points off turnover, the fumble goes right back to Osage. And we've said it a couple times, but Jaden Wilkes, the junior, he made that happen with the punch out. Literally reached around the ball carrier and just punched it out. So here come the Indians. First down and 10 from the 22-yard line.
A lot of coaches would go for the rub it in your face kind of touchdown pass here, but Coach Jolly's going to run the ball, and he's going to work the clock here with a 3-touchdown lead here, more than halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, little to no gain, maybe one on first down for Aiden Williams, but no harm, no foul. After the turnover, Osage, as you alluded to, Mike, they're fine with burning the clock, hoping to pad this lead. But after that first quarter, it looked like we had ourselves a matchup that would stay close. But Osage, they've made some adjustments, and what they haven't done, they haven't committed the turnovers that we've seen and a lot of penalties that have really, really hurt Bolivar tonight. So second down and 9.
Nice cutback.
That's Drake Williams this time with the carry. He has it down to the 17-yard line inside the Price and Randall injury attorney's red zone. Going to bring up third down now for Osage, knocking on the door once again.
And Drake, wearing number 8, gets his first carry of the evening. Very successful one, 4-yard pickup. Yeah, I got to tell you, the same thing I said on the last possession down here. Even a field goal gets you 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, and all I can do is tie you, even if they can do that. So, yeah, you want to score the touchdown, but the field goal's not the end of the world either.
Third down and 5. Trusty going to roll out to his left, throw across his body, looking for the end zone, and that is intercepted. Yeah. Gardner Casey, no, rather number 3 for Bolivar, Connor Neal, makes the play, and he was throwing off his back foot across his body and trying to give his receiver a shot. Well, and Bolivar needed that. They get the takeaway.
Yeah, that's the first mistake that Osage has made tonight. I mean, he can't throw that ball. He's right-handed thrower, kind of rolling to his left. His hips aren't squared up, and he tried to force it. And if he could have thrown it earlier, but a great job there by Neal, I believe it was. Yeah, Connor Neal, to screen off the receiver who tried to work back to the ball. That was Noah Stevens. Has had a great night for Osage. It's just a good defensive play, and hey, you just got to play defense now.
Back out there, Bolivar now first and 10 after the first turnover for Osage. Right as I allude to it, but just trying to make a play with a 3-score lead. 4 minutes to go in the third. Osage still feels okay, but Bolivar with Gardner Casey and crew would love to get on the scoreboard and make this thing interesting.
I think they're going to go with Banner here at quarterback, it looks like.
Yeah, it might be wise, see if they can exploit that matchup with Gardner Casey out there. So Chapel Banner, the sophomore, in there out of the shotgun.
Not sure what the holdup is here. Replay back in New York? No, we're ready to go.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh, I hope not.
Jackson with the carry, and that closes quickly after a couple-yard gain as we're inside 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Now, if you're wondering outside of high school football what else is taking place on Lake TV, tomorrow check out the September monthly market update with the Bruce and Kelly team. We tour the Ozarks Amphitheater. Really cool, and take a look at the real estate market around Lake of the Ozark, and of course Labor Day weekend here, believe it or not. Hard to believe, Mike. Like football season, Labor Day sneaks up on us every year as well.
I've got a calendar, though. I'm pretty good with it. Banner in traffic, and that's picked off.
Picked off Drake Williams this time inside the 30, inside the 20, still on his feet, inside the 10. Drake Williams inside the 5.
You got to give him
Does
that.
He?
You got to give him that.
Yes, he does. The pick 6, Drake Williams. Are you kidding me? The junior makes a great catch and a better return, and that's the third takeaway for Osage. And how about Drake Williams on that one, Mike? What a return after a sensational interception. Roll the highlight tape. Wow.
Yeah, you're up 3 scores. That's interception right there. There was no chance of that ball being completed There was really 4 defenders in that area, but what a run to finish it off. And the official got caught up a little bit, and he's checking with his partner on the other end. He had a touchdown, but he wanted to make sure his partner running down the field out of that camera angle there had it as well. And that's well, that's a big touchdown to get it on the defensive end and get the ball right back after you've made your only mistake of the game. Now we've got to delay a game, actually a procedure call on the extra point attempt. I don't think that's going to bother Clark a whole lot.
No, so that goes officially for a 39-yard pick six. Drake Williams puts Osage up 27-0. It's the third Bolivar turnover of this third quarter. We've had 4 turnovers in this third quarter after none at halftime, and now Osage an extra point away from going up 28-0 on the 25-yard extra point attempt. Childs to hold the kick up from Brady Clark, and should have backed it up 50 yards, and it would have still been good.
You're not going to win many games with 10 penalties and 3 turnovers. It's just not going to happen.
Makes it even harder when the coach on the other sideline's name is Shannon Jolly. 28-0. The Osage lead with 3:09 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
Back here on Lake TV, and if you walked away after the first quarter with a 0-0 ball game and are just tuning back in, you might be surprised, but it's been an onslaught of Osage takeaways and big plays. They're up 28-0, Mike, and got to be impressed what you've seen. Although Maverick Trusty had that interception, I have really loved what I've seen, because it's one thing to be tough, but when you can throw with accuracy on the move, which we've seen from a few times tonight, gotta love that. And another kid, Noah Stevens, man, he's been impressive for Osage as well.
Well, I just am impressed with the, again, the discipline of the defense. Clark bombs that one out of the end zone, so Bolivar will start at their own 20. But again, now you got a 4-touchdown lead. You haven't missed an extra point, so you can just play it loose. Hey, they get a 6, 7, 8 yard run, big deal. Let the clock run. Another 40 seconds off the clock. Just no one gets behind you defensively, and Osage is just so disciplined defensively. Not big. I mean, they've got some size in there, but not big. But they contain the quarterback for the most part. And they just really rallied to the ball. It's been pretty impressive. Late substitution for Bolivar, and he doesn't know where to go.
Banner back in there at quarterback. They hope he has a short memory. He'll fire out of the slot. Almost intercepted again. Landon Childs jumps the route, and he gets the pass breakup. What a night he's had.
Yeah, that's just a defensive play where you know that you've got help over the top because you're up 4 touchdowns. And so you're not you're not shooting 8 guys at the quarterback and there's 3 in an umbrella back there. You know you've got help and you can jump that route.
And it was also very deliberate from Banner. You could see the inexperience just a little bit there. He took the 3-step drop back and he looked right at the vicinity he was going to throw it. And man, Landon Childs, a senior this year, he's been out there the last 3 years as a starter, Mike. He's really been solid. And great start to his senior campaign. He'll look to build on that as the second down carry.
Well, that's just rallying to the ball, man. I want to see who forced that back inside.
Evan Nichols, the ball carrier, but
I like Longolier there, Caden, on that for really closing that down. Kid has played a great game tonight. Also Grant Wilson on that side.
Isaac Williams, the senior, also close to the play for Osage. Man, they are old as far as a lot of seniors out there, Mike, and you see that here in the second half as far as the discipline. Osage, that early season jitters going away and that inexperience on some of those Bolivar guys. You're seeing it, and there's a miscommunication, but Banner rolls out to his right, throws. Nice. Good, strong throw, and A nice play by Gardner Casey, who comes back and makes the play about 16, 17 yards for a Beck Wellness Center first down for Bolivar, converting on third down for a fresh set of downs as we're approaching 2 minutes in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's a good throw. And again, you know, if you're not going to jump an out route, you know, short out route, you're going to give the guy the cushion, let him catch the ball underneath you like that. It was just a well-thrown ball. And you think about that first down pass as well, too. If you've got a ground game going and a close game, yeah, you know, that you can't jump that route. You got to play it more conservatively on defense. You can take some chances here, though. Just don't get beat deep.
Hoping to get an update from the Camdenton Jeff City game as we've got another Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag on the field.
Okay, I said a little while ago you can't have 3 turnovers and 10 penalties. Well, you certainly can't have 3 turnovers and 11 penalties. So and most of them just been 5-yarders too.
Do have a update at the half. This was about 15 minutes ago, but Camdenton up big at Jeff City, 32-14 the score at halftime. See if we can get you another update, but 32 first half points on the road for the Lakers.
And they've had to change out a lot of skilled people there for Coach Barr as well.
But another Durnan back there at quarterback.
Good run there, but when you're 1st and 15, yikes, not easy.
About 5 on the carry for Jackson, and Aiden Williams in on the stop defensively. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
William be talking to Coach Jolly, and unless the wheels really come off here in the next 13 minutes and 19 seconds, this should be a fairly jovial conversation, wouldn't you think? He's going to take you out behind the woodshed after the game, too, isn't he?
That's what he said. He's got something to talk to me about. I'm contemplating begging you to go to the post-game interview with Coach Shannon Jolly.
He'd feel sorry. He wouldn't beat me up, though.
Jackson, once again, nice second effort.
Why hasn't he gotten the ball more? That was a nice run there.
Yeah, good for 5 or 6 yards, but I've been impressed with that second effort from Jackson. He's pretty shifty. That step back a couple of times has sprung him forward for about 4 or 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and a manageable 4.
Garrett Cook, nice block at the left tackle there, allowed him to make that little subtle move back into the middle and pick up about 6 or 7 one.
Man, but Osage looks deep at the skill position. Defensively in that secondary, every one of those guys
times that blitz perfectly, man. That's a couple of times he looked like he's been offside jumping a bit. And you got 2 linesmen there. They're looking right down at it.
Caden Longlear, again, the senior, in on the stop, goes for a loss of 2 or 3. Going to bring up 4th down and 7 after the 3-yard loss, and that's going to conclude the 3rd quarter of play. Guess what, Osage fans? Your team in control. They lead Bolivar by a score of 28-0 with 1 quarter left to play. This your Lake TV Game of the Week, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. We'll be right back on Lake TV.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We welcome you back, Bolivar, facing a 4th and 7 at their own 39-yard line.
Hey, you're down 4 scores. You got to go for it here.
Yeah, and it looks like they will out of the shotgun. Chapel Banner, the sophomore, once again.
That's illegal motion. That's illegal motion. Man, oh man, you can't do that.
They've been off all night timing-wise on that. And I feel for the position guys because you're ready. And I don't know if there's a timing or communication issue between the center and the quarterback, but it's not just one guy. I mean, that time it was 2 or 3 guys got started before the ball was snapped. So something Coach Lasalle and crew will certainly be working on this off week before, or this week before they get ready for week 2 again.
Hey,
they're going to be at Harrisonville next week.
Hey, we're not in Canada, no. They did it again. They let it go.
Stepping up is the quarterback, and he gets away from the first guy, cuts back across, and has first down yardage. What an effort, a 14-yard effort for a Beck Wellness Center first down. Chapel Banner with the carry, and you're right, they let that
I thought they started early that time, clearly, but maybe they got just tired of calling it or something. I don't know.
What an effort from Banner. 14 yards, keeping this drive alive, and plenty of opportunities for Osage. That's one of the few plays that Osage has struggled to tackle. Right. 11:30 left in the fourth quarter, so a good individual effort that time from the sophomore Chapel Banner. Out of the shotgun once again. Osage continues to be disciplined. Now Jackson gets the carry up the middle, and he has a solid gain again.
I'll ask the rhetorical question again. I wonder why he hasn't touched the ball. He only had 2 carries in the first half for 0 net yards. Maybe that had something to do with it.
And also, just after that first drive, they struggled to get anything going. Osage got a little tough defensively, and a couple of quick series. Play action, quick hitter into the flat. Childs comes up, and no chance. And that's Gardner Casey, who couldn't contain Landon Childs. He comes up and gets a tackle for a loss, a 2-yard loss. That's the second or third time Childs has been behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he not only made the tackle, he beat a block, and a good form block it looked like too, to get up there and make that tackle. I just noticed something on the scoreboard over there. Coach Richard Hampton, track. You know Dick Hampton?
I don't.
Nice guy, nice guy. He retired several years ago. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's still around.
Having tracks named after him. That's what he's doing.
Well, he had a very successful career here.
Gardner Casey to pitch outside on third down, makes a good effort. He's going to come up shy of first down yardage, but will bring up a 4th and manageable distance here for Bolivar. Running out of time, down 4 scores with 10 minutes to go. But in this situation, if you're Coach Jamie Lasalle, really all you want to do is try to start building something or get something going to build off of going down to Harrisonville. But it hasn't been a good first week for them as far as being disciplined and cutting down the turnovers, but you'd love to see you score. You don't like to get shut out in week 1 ever, but especially in week 1.
Timeout called. I think that's on Eldon across the way. Somebody didn't
Osage.
I'm sorry. Well, Shannon keeps moving around from one school to another. It's hard for me to keep up with him. Yeah,
and
Osage,
they got the same colors.
Well, they got the same colors basically too, and they're a long way away. Yeah, make up all the excuses you want to, but there's no excuse for that. But they do use the timeout there. They didn't like something defensively, and you don't want to make a mistake on 4th and 2. I don't know. You know, you've got all your timeouts. You're not going to need them offensively. They probably have enough. Probably they're in pretty good shape point-wise here, but you know, just work it out. You know, it's a teaching moment. Always, you know, use the timeout. It's not like you're giving away anything there. You know, one thing that's always impressive here at Osage, the kids show up, you know, and support. They always have they got a big band here as well. But the kids, and I missed a lot of that when I was in high school because I had to work. And you know, I appreciate kids coming out and having some fun, cheering, supporting the team.
Sure. Hey, don't go anywhere following the conclusion of tonight's game. It'll be our Thomas Construction post-game show. I'll talk with the winning head coach. Looks like that could be Shannon Jolly. I'll also talk with our buckle up, phones down player of the game. And we let Coach Jolly pick, but man, we got some candidates tonight for Osage.
Yeah, Versailles getting toasted tonight, 40-0, losing to Knob Noster. We'll see them next Friday night.
4th down and 2 now.
A double reverse? Are you kidding me? And it's
not
going to make it, man. It's just not going to make it.
Osage too tough. In on the stop. Number 25 once again, Jaden Wilkes, and cleaning it up, Eric Murphy. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. And Osage, they're wanting to keep this shutout intact. They are looking pretty dominant here these last 2 quarters plus, Mike, after a scoreless first quarter. Osage up 28-0. They've had 3 takeaways, and a turnover on downs there gives it back to the offense. 1st down and 10.
You know, that was really well executed. There was kind of a fake handoff and then a double reverse. But Osage, I got one right. Osage really disciplined. They all stayed at home, stayed in their lanes. You can't just run all over the field. You have a defensive and a zone that is your responsibility, and they've been very good in that regard here tonight.
Aiden Williams gets the first down carry, and a good one at that, about 6 yards across midfield, bringing up second down. And for Osage, Mike, one of the things they wanted to see was how the junior quarterback Maverick Trusty played. That's something I was interested in. I know Coach Shannon Jolly said, hey, listen, Maverick Trusty's the least of my worries, and now we kind of understand why.
I think you ought to have somebody in the backfield named Goose.
It's a great name. Goose.
Did you ever see the first? Never mind.
All I can think of is Goose Gossage. When you say that, that's the only sporting goose I think of.
Here's the run blitz. Delayed
nice
handoff.
little hesitation, yeah, on the delayed handoff. A-Train, Aiden Williams has 3. Going to bring up a short down, 3rd and 1. And Mike, for us here at Lake TV, we told you earlier, but if you're just tuning in, we'll be in Eldon next week as they play host to Versailles. It looks like Eldon handling Fulton, and Versailles getting handled by Knob Noster. So be interesting to see the 2 first-year head coaches on Lake TV next week.
Nick Griffin at Eldon, and of course Dusty Daniels. His dad was an outstanding athlete at Versailles High School in the early 70s. There's another 5-yard penalty.
And just for good measure for Bruce and Kelly team, another penalty flag. Just this one will lead to a first down on the offside. Again, Maverick Trusty, he's got that a couple of times tonight where he's drawn off the defense on that hard count.
Lucky 13. That's the number of penalties on Bolivar tonight. Man, that hurts.
Clock continues to run here. Not sure if that's intentional.
Well, the first down, once they spot the chains, they're ready to roll.
I thought after a penalty it stopped, but I guess not against the defense. Now here we go, first down and 10. Ball's the 42-yard line. It's Williams once again, and look out, Aiden Williams, he will score from 42 yards out. Mike, he was shot out of a cannon, it appeared, from 42 yards out, Aiden Williams.
Hey, let's give Maverick Trusty a lot of credit here too. I mean, Williams finished the run, but if we get a replay here in a moment, you'll see a high center snap, and it comes back, and he's able to pull it down and still get the handoff away to Williams, who just kept the feet moving. And then once he gets out in open space like that, yeah, you're not going to track him down. Here's a big opportunity for Brady Clark to give us continuous clock.
And the extra point is up, and as good as it has been all night. So Osage, they're up 35-0 this time on a 42-yard Aiden Williams run with 7:32 left in the game.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Lake of the Ozarks is the boating capital in Missouri. Did you know that your prop is the most important part of your boat? With over 30 years of propeller repair at Lake of the Ozarks, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, is the choice for you. The most advanced in propeller repair and scanning, Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist, can help you boat smarter, go further, and last longer on beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Got props? We do at Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialists.
Back here on Lake TV for week 1 of our high school football season. We're in Osage, where the Indians, after a slow start, taking care of business here. They're going to start their season 1-0 as they head to Moberly next week, as the kick from Brady Clark. That's fielded at the 20-yard line. Nice catch.
Yeah, they just want the clock to get running, blocking the back there, but they're going to let that slide.
Nice return up to about the 41-yard line. Well, it's the junior, Evan Nichols, with the return. So They'll start at the 40-yard line, but so far tonight, Mike, what have you been most impressed with Osage?
I just think it's how disciplined they are on defense. I mean, they obviously some talent there with Bolivar, even with a ridiculous number of penalties that they've had. There's obvious talent there, but you can't get any continuity or anything going with those penalties. But to me, the ability of the Osage defense to stay with all the misdirection that Bolivar runs, to stay disciplined and play assignment football.
Here's Gardner Casey. He's got a guy wide open. It wasn't him, but that's a good throw and catch up to the 45-yard line. It's a 14-yard hook and catch. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down. And on the receiving end, Connor Neal, the senior, a nice route and a really good ball into the flat.
And I guess they'll stop the clock there. Again, a cramp, it looks like, on the sideline for Neal. And that will stop the clock momentarily until he's able to get away from the playing surface enough to where they feel comfortable. Yeah, they'll go ahead and roll the clock now.
Casey was rolling this way, so he didn't see the guy up the seam that had kind of broken wide open. That's what happens when you get pressure on the quarterback, though.
Player got on late for Bolivar, and he's like checking his little plate there. Oh, what a great tackle there that is. I like that tackle a lot. That's number 15, Isaac Williams, who just stopped the running back cold.
And he was helped by Jason Colonius, the senior. They kind of sandwiched him and upended him for little to no gain. Going to bring up second down and about 9 after a couple yards. So
I don't know why the clock's not running. Now we've got an official timeout. Oh, the 6 minute deal here.
So we'll take a quick commercial break. After this, we'll return with the rest of this one. Osage in control on week 1 of live high school football on the Lake TV.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Back here tonight, just 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And is that a new rule? They do that every week, or just with certain temps or humidity percentages?
I think it's the temps and humidity. It has a lot to do with it. I don't know if there's an official number that they use, that they go by. I think it's just a common sense thing. And you've seen as many cramps as we have here tonight, so that's probably, yeah, we'll take the 6 minute thing.
Sure. Second down and long now. Casey, a little pump fake, now going to tuck it. Forced to run in great closing speed. Guess who, Mike? We've called his name a couple of times. Jaden Wilkes, the junior, having an outstanding night.
And we don't have like a height and weight thing, but he's built pretty low to the ground there, I would have to say. Man, he gets sideline to sideline in a hurry with discipline. That's been kind of the theme here tonight for the Osage defense.
And the Lakers running away from Jeff City. They're up 46-14. Wow. Carson Durnan is just having himself a game tonight.
We'll see them very soon, several times toward the end of the regular season. They got the backs in motion, but they're just, the clock's running. And
Gardner Casey eludes Wilkes. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got a good gainer, and he takes a shot. Good timing inside the boundary. That's Isaac Williams, the senior, but about a 13-yard run for Gardner Casey. A Beck Wellness Center first down, and the Liberators continuing to fight. And you always love this down the stretch, because if you're Bolivar, especially Gardner Casey, you're like, we are not getting shut out on opening week. But for Osage, there's a lot of pride in protecting your home turf, and if you can set the tone from week 1, everyone across the state of Missouri sees if you can shut out a solid team like Bolivar coming in. Kind of puts a target on your back early in this season.
Yeah, Casey rolled all the way to the near sideline, then reversed his field, and there wasn't any backside pressures. They put 5 people in the pattern there, and now we got delay a game. It's going to be delay a game.
Yeah, it's tough as another Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag. This one, play clock runs out.
14. Of course, you know, they ran all the way across and then we're on the far side of the field and had to make a substitution. But still, man, you got 40 seconds to get a play. And the clock continues to run.
So 3:45 left. And again, don't go anywhere following the conclusion of this game, which will be fairly quickly because we're going to have our Thomas Construction post-game show. I'll talk with head coach Shannon Jolly and our player of the game as well as Casey now rolls out. Crossed his body, throws, good catch, but really good play. Drake Williams adds to an impressive night. Don't forget, he had that 39-yard pick six that was very impressive. You'll see that again this week on Lake TV.
Yeah, that's right. We have a replay. Is that Tuesday night, 7:32?
Yeah, on Tuesday, 7:32. Indeed, the encore of our game of the week each week. And also this year, you can see a lot of our scoring plays cut out and posted over the weekend to social media and YouTube. That way, all these guys that get these highlights, you can go back and watch those.
Man, that should have been an illegal formation.
And two guys moving at the same time.
Yeah. And a pick. Oh, no, he couldn't
very
quite hold
nearly
on.
hauled in. And again, what a night for Hunter Schreiman. Just a sophomore, but you can look at this Osage defense, Mike. Pick 5, 6, 7 names that have been making plays since the kickoff. I mean, this is a really good-looking defensive unit. They're quick. You mentioned how fundamentally sound and disciplined they are. They rally to the ball. You haven't seen many missed tackles, and the thing that's unusual about that is they're actually quite a bit outsized against Bolivar.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
So to be in a position where you haven't missed many tackles against a team, I mean, that's discipline, right? That's toughness. Third down and long.
Just rushing 3.
And Casey sees that, tucks it, tries to get up, and Isaac Williams, first guy there.
Yeah, just plain containment. Good gain by Casey, but still it's going to be fourth and about 5 after that 8-yard pickup.
And again, we mentioned how big this start for the Indians is because we're not sure how good Moberly is, but you're on the road the next 2 weeks. Moberly's always tough. They've split like the last 6 years against Moberly, and then you look at Blair Oaks on the road. So for Osage, a great start they look to build on, and for Bolivar, they go home this week to practice before they hit the road for week 2.
Yeah, it's a couple
Fourth
of
down and 5. Gardner Casey under pressure, and guess who? Add a quarterback sack to his stats for the night. It's Wilkes in there, and he had a couple chances. Gardner Casey did everything he could to try to extend that play, but too little, too late. And for Osage, another turnover on downs, and that should presumably complete a shutout. What a performance for Coach Shannon Jolly's Osage Indians tonight.
Yeah, they can take a knee here twice. Yeah, twice, and that would probably do it. They haven't wound the 25-second clock as change possession there.
And Mike, I'll let you take this one away as I head down to the field and get ready for our post-game show.
Oh, you're going to let me have the kneel downs, huh? Okay, clock running. They do start the play clock, and the game clock is at 50 seconds. So a couple of kneel downs here, and they do go to a victory-type formation. That is School of the Osage leading here 35-0. There's the kneel down, and if the officials do a good job here of kind of lounging around and placing the ball a little bit late, that'll be the final play of this game. So School of the Osage with a good win here. Well, all wins are good when you only play 9 regular season contests. But a good win here against a solid Bolivar school. They lost a lot to graduation, but that's part of the deal. When you have high school sports, you're going to lose a lot of good players. They really don't have to snap the ball here. That is Osage, and I'm not going to put that against Trustee's numbers anyway, because that just isn't fair. So Osage gets the win. It looks like Eldon and Camdenton handily getting their wins. Versailles took it on the chin tonight from Knob Noster, but a good win for School of the Osage. Osage will come back next week. I do have that written down here someplace, but I'm not sure where I put that. Yeah, I've got that here. No, I don't. Anyway, Osage got hair. No, that was who they had in their, kind of thinking out loud here, that's who they had at their jamboree was Harrisburg and Smith Cotton. Anyway, Osage gets off to a good start. They'll play Moberly next week. And Moberly, a big school up north. That was a good game between those two teams last year. 21-14 was the final score. Moberly getting that contest win. So we'll take a break. William will have an interview with presumably a rather happy Shannon Jolly. And I'll try to put the numbers together here for you, and we'll do that coming up after the break. 35-0 Osage over Bolivar.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
You are invited to join Sir Dyke Yamaha for the annual Ride for Freedom. Join us as we honor the memory of 9/11 and thank Lake Area first responders, police, and military with a 150-mile boat and PWC ride to Truman Dam and back on Sunday, September 8th. We'll provide the rigs for military, first responders, and police. All donations go to local police and military charities. Ride for Freedom info and registration at SirDykeYamaha.com. We'll see you at the Sir Dyke Yamaha Ride for Freedom.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid, just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polly lifts.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Sir Dyke Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
In our Thomas Construction postgame show, I got Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. Coach, I heard you addressing the kids. You said, I have not been this proud in a long time. Touch on that.
just everything that went into it. You know, we talk about like the 50 off-season visits this winter, you know, and it was 2 degrees. We were out here on the field doing conditioning stuff, and those are the things. The reason I'm so proud is because this is the pieces you're putting together, and you're seeing them come together. I mean, like I said, Bolivar's a great team, a little bit bigger than us, and it was just our work ethic and I think our commitment. And it was nice at the end to show some of our discipline. You know, we're tired, fatigued, we got guys cramped up, but still maintained our discipline. That comes from all the work put in.
You really did. We're more disciplined. They had a lot of penalties started to stack up, and there were a few moments where your kids had an opportunity to get chippy. What is it about for week one? We didn't see as many of those pregame jitters. What would your credit to these kids, man? They look like they were seasoned coming out here.
Well, when you've done it before, you've been in tough situations. We talked the other day in practice, I'm going to push your buttons. I'm going to put you in compromising situations, so when you get in a game like this, those things don't affect you. Bolivar's first-class team. I mean, we didn't have any of the chipping. You know, I mean, it's a lopsided win, but, you know, Coach does a good job. They came in and did their best. It was just a good ball game, and for us, it was super nice for our kids to grow up a ton. You seen Maverick make some really good decisions tonight on that. We saw our defense flying around, and then our special teams having Brady kick them in the end zone, pins people back. Just a lot of great stuff.
I gotta ask, how long do you feel comfortable with Brady Clark?
What do you mean?
Kicking. I feel like he could kick like a 7-yard field goal, man.
Brady comes out here on the week. What nobody sees on Sundays, he's out here with his parents kicking a ton. But that's how it is. We talk about if you come to practice, you're going to be good. If you do stuff outside of practice, you got the chance to be great. And he's becoming great because he comes out here on the weekends with his folks and he kicks balls in the weekend, you know, and stuff like that. And that's the stuff. That's what you saw tonight.
As good as you guys were on offense, I thought defensively you really limited them ever getting going and building a rhythm. This looks like a really strong defensive team, Coach. Touch on this year's defensive unit.
Well, we bought into Coach Hess and what he's trying to do. We got great coaches on that side of the ball. We've restructured our practice this year when we got like a maroon and white practice, so those guys get a ton of time just on defense. And Coach Hess just does a great job of making sure kids swarm to the ball and hustle to the ball. And that's the hardest thing to coach as a defensive coordinator.
Hey, Coach, thanks so much for your time. Big congratulations. Got to tell you, really impressive week one win, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, we'll be right back on Lake TV with the rest of our Thomas Construction postgame show after this.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Back here on Lake TV, it is time for your buckle up, phones down player of the game. And man, everybody saw it, Drake Williams, the junior. Guys, man, you and your brother, you guys have something special. But tonight, you were all over the place, and then it was really your big pick six that sealed us. Walk us through that play. When you got it in your hands, what was going through your head?
Honestly, I didn't know how to feel, but I knew my team was right behind me. So as soon as I caught it, I was like, I'm going to go. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for them and God. And I caught it, blanked, and last thing I knew, I was in the end zone. I didn't know how to feel about it, honestly. It was amazing. It was incredible.
Drake, I got to talk, man. You guys started a little slow last year, but, man, you came on stronger.
Yes,
you had a young quarterback that you guys believe in. Coming out in week one and beating a team like Bolivar, 35-0, what does that mean to you guys?
Honestly, we worked our butts off this whole offseason. Coach Jolly said it best that we deserve this. We made sacrifices. We've been out here 6 a.m. grinding, and then they come out here and take us as a joke. And that's just disrespectful to us. So we came out here and then put 35-0 on the board. It's just an incredible feeling. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I'm shaking. I can't explain it.
Been around you guys the last couple of years, and you guys always have a really good team unit.
Yes, sir.
But this year's team, there just seems to be an aura, a spirit about you guys. What is it about this year's Osage Indians team that has you guys all so fired up?
I'm going to say culture. The culture, we have been bringing it at school. We changed everything. I would say that we are so deliberate. We're so dedicated to the sport. And I think the culture just bringing us all together. We're a family on this field. And there's nothing else to say about it. We're a family, and we're going to go through the season together, and no one's individual. it's just amazing. I'm so happy to be on this team. I'm so happy.
And we're so happy to get to watch you, man. Drake Williams, congrats on the big game. 39-yard pick six ended up sealing the deal. That's your buckle up, phones down player of the game, Drake Williams. Congrats, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Incredible night here at Osage. We'll be right back here in a few minutes, but this reminder, my friends, while you're out and about, drive sober, put your phones down, and slow down. These simple decisions will save lives. This reminder brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Back once again at School of the Osage as the Indians come away with a very impressive win, 35-0, to get their season off to a good start to go to 1-0, and they got that win over the Bolivar Liberators in a non-conference game. Let's take a look at the final stats. First of all, for Bolivar, individual rushing totals. Gardner Casey had to work for every yard, but 16 carries and 88 yards on the game. Banner had 1 for 14. Jackson 8 for 15. McCurry had 9 for 30, and Nickel had 3 carries for 18 yards. So rushing on the ground, 183 for the Bolivar Liberators on 37 attempts. They did have the 1 fumble. The passing stats, Nichols had 3 carries for 8 yards, 2 for 26 for Neal. Casey had 1 catch for 16 yards, and Neesmith had 1 there late in the game for 2 yards. So 173 rushing, 42 through the air, 215 total on 6 of 17 passing, and the 2 interceptions. So 3 turnovers for Bolivar, and that's going to be a very unhappy coaching staff. 3 turnovers to go along with the 14 penalties in the game for 55 yards. For School of the Osage, they go to 1-0. Trusty had 3 carries for 3 yards total. Check that, -3. He did have the quarterback sack in the first half. Williams breaks 100 yards, 18 carries for 101 and the 1 touchdown. Colonius said 4 for 14. He also added a touchdown. I believe it was the second one of the game. We also had the touchdown for Stevens, a 22-yard run. And then the other Williams had a 4-yard carry. Rushing totals for School of the Osage on 27 attempts, 138 yards, no fumbles. The passing stats, Stevens, 3 catches, all in the first half for 42 yards. DePay had 3 for 45 in the game, so 138 rushing, 87 through the air, 225 total from scrimmage for School of the Osage. Only 3 penalties for 23 yards, and again, only the 1 turnover. So a great win for School of the Osage to get this season underway. We'll be back with Eldon and Versailles next Friday night. Same pregame time, about 6:30 with that, and the kickoff at 7 o'clock. For William, I'm Mike, and for our entire staff, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun and a good win for School of the Osage. Good night.